Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Brendan with Go Astros. Today, the Astros going for the sweep against the Boston Red Sox. I started my live feed a few minutes early. That was weird. Had some kind of strange problem on the screen. It went back to my thumbnail. That was weird. But I am listening to the pre-game show. And preparing some coffee. I started the live stream about 10 minutes early. And I thought, why not? Didn't really have a reason not to. Everything was prepared. It is 2:20 in the morning here in Japan. For those of you who are joining early, I see I've got 3 people waiting. That's great. I don't think I've ever had more than 1 or 2 waiting for the broadcast to start. Thank you for being here so early, or thank you for turning the notification on. I appreciate that very much. Now's my opportunity to give you a little bit of information, since I don't have to focus on calling the game at the moment. You're just going over several different aspects of the game, like Zach DeCinzo's home run, Verlander's health update, which I will tell you a little bit about in just a moment, and some other stuff. We're talking about Hunter Brown, Spencer Arrighetti, how the Astros have been faring against the Red Sox in recent years. They've been basically owning them like crazy. And, of course, Yordan Alvarez, his batting average and his numbers against the Red Sox right now are insane. He's batting around 500 or something like that. His slugging percentage is over 1,000. It's pretty insane. I want you to know that I am on summer break right now. I study Japanese in Hiroshima, a small city, or you could say a town in Hiroshima. And for those of you who may not know it, Hiroshima is not only a city, it's also a prefecture, kind of like a big state. So inside of Hiroshima Prefecture, I live in the town called Onomichi. Onomichi is a small town in the prefecture, and it's about, depending on how you get there, it's about, an hour or maybe a little less to drive from here to Hiroshima City. If you take the expressway, the tollway, it's only like 50 minutes, less than an hour. And everybody in Hiroshima pretty much is a Carp fan, Hiroshima Carp fan. That's the Japan Professional League baseball team here locally. And I do occasionally watch their games online. The good thing about it is that it actually helps my Japanese, because I listen to the commentators. The game is all in Japanese. But I moved abroad a couple of years ago, 2013. I've been living in Japan now for 11 and a half years. Let's see. This month is exactly 11 and a half years on the 17th. So in 5 more days, right now it's the 12th in Japan. I mean, it is 2:25 in the morning, or in the middle of the night, rather. I got a nap for about 3.5 hours. Got up at about 1:45. I actually don't feel too bad. It seems easier to get up after sleeping for about 3 or 4 hours, as opposed to sleeping for 6 and getting up around 3 or 4. It seems to me that I feel the best when I go to bed early and wake up around 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when I feel the best. Unfortunately, I have a tendency to stay up late, and that doesn't help me. But since I'm on summer break from my Japanese school, I started doing these games, and over the past month, I've managed to do, I believe, 22 live stream games. I believe this is my 22nd or 23rd. So I want to say thank you to all of you who've helped me get to this point. I am knocking at the door of 50 subscribers. I think I've still got 49 as of this morning. So still not quite to 50. You need one more. If you're feeling saucy and you haven't subscribed, you could always click subscribe and you'll be the 50th. I'd appreciate that very much. Be nice to see that today. The one good thing about the results of my channel so far has been watch hours. Watch hours have been very good. And for those of you who don't know, whenever you have a YouTube channel, if you want it to get monetized, then you need a few things. Everyone talks about getting 1,000 subscribers. And yes, you do need 1,000 subscribers, but that's not the only thing you need. You also need watch hours. So you have to have your channel watch hours up. I think it's over 4,000. Well, right now, I'm already, just in 4 weeks, I think I'm already at about 500 watch hours. So getting the watch hours is not going to be a problem at all. And by the way, you have to do that within 1 year. So that doesn't mean in total, 4,000 watch hours in total. It means within 365 days. And I think that's going to be absolutely no problem at all. So that's great. The issue that might be holding me back is the subscribers. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then as my audience grows, I can have some sponsored things. Like in my description, I can have some sponsored companies. Like, for example, maybe a company that has some kind of drinks or something, sports drinks or whatever. Anything like that. They'll pay me a little bit of money per video to keep sponsored information in the description or mention it in a live stream. But either way, whether it's ads, the occasional ad, or the sponsored stuff, money can help me out. But to be honest, right now, my doctor, I have a new doctor now, and he doesn't think that my situation is very hopeful. He believes that maybe I have 2 years to live. He said if I'm really, really lucky, I'll live 10 years, and it's because of kidney cancer. It's gotten into my vein, and there are some spots in my lungs now. So that's not good. Nobody likes to hear that. But I'm not married. I currently don't have a girlfriend. She left last year because of my health condition. She was too scared about it. She also wanted me to make a lot more money, so she was a winner. She was a real dependable guy, guys. All right, she was a real dependable woman. And so here I am in Hiroshima by myself, studying Japanese, hoping that I can overcome this serious health issue. And looks like my chat on the screen has an issue. And running this channel is kind of a way for me to make an attempt at doing something that keeps me occupied, keeps my mind free, and makes me happy at the same time, because I like watching the Astros play. But the reason I told you all that, I guess, besides knowing a little bit about me and why I'm doing this, is that I want to raise money not just for my medical bills, but also I'd like to be able to donate money to the hospital that I go to, because there are a lot of kids there that are hospitalized, and I can make donations directly to that and specify that I want that money to help the kids and the families with the kids there in the hospital. So if you guys can donate, feel free to use my PayPal link, And I would really much appreciate that, and would be very grateful. But that's all about that for now. In just a little bit, we're going to have the starting pitch. I was about to say the kickoff. I still have a habit of saying that. The game will kick off, we'll have the kickoff. Well, it's an expression. The lineup for the Astros is, wow, Altuve's getting a break today. He's hitting first, but he's the DH. That's pretty interesting. Haven't seen that. I don't think I've ever watched a game with Altuve in the DH position, but I'm glad that he's getting a break in the infield. That's going to be good for him. Alex Bregman is batting second, followed by Alvarez, who's playing in left field again. Yainer Diaz is catching today. Pena is batting fifth, followed by Zach DeCenzo. DeCenzo's batting .313 right now. He had his first MLB home run yesterday. It went out of the park, and they're still trying to find the ball or find where it went or who got it. Jake Myers is batting seventh, followed by Mauricio Dubon at eighth. And it seems, is that Pedro Leon? Pedro Leon is back in right field, batting ninth. Of course, Hunter Brown is on the mound today for the Astros, looking to have a good game. Get us through 6 or 7 innings without any damage. James Paxton is on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. Let me see if I can give you a little bit of info about him. 6'4". Apparently he did go to the Dodgers and then come back to the Red Sox, if I'm not mistaken. He was drafted by the Mariners in 2010. I believe I saw some information today. Yes. In 2019, he went to the Yankees. 2021, he went back to Seattle. I guess he was on loan to the Yankees. But then he was traded to Boston in 2023. Okay, so that's right. So from last year, he's been with the Boston Red Sox. His ERA is 4.42. Let's hope that goes up today. The Astros need to sweep this series and get another win, pull away from those pesky Mariners. I know that Astros fans aren't fans of the Texas Rangers. It's not really the team so much as it is their fans. But I dislike the Mariners even more than I dislike the Rangers. How do you guys feel about that? I might put that in a poll, actually. I'm going to take my favorite teams to dislike and put that in a poll and ask you guys which one you dislike the most. That'd be an interesting poll to have. Start a poll. Which of these teams do you like or no, dislike the most? I need to change the beginning of the question. As an Astros fan, which of these teams do you dislike the most? There we go. I'm going to put the Dodgers at the top of the list because that's my number one dislike. Mariners, I'll put number 2. Who else do I really dislike? I have been disliking the Red Sox, but once again, it's not because of the team or anything like that. It's because of somebody that I know. I know it's silly. But I don't have a problem with Red Sox fans or the Red Sox team. I just have a problem with one person. So I'm not going to put them on this list because that's silly. But we'll put the Rangers on there. So we've got the Dodgers, the Mariners, and the Rangers. Who can I put in the 4th position? By the way, I don't dislike the Yankees, and a lot of that has to do with I have a good friend who has helped me out so much. He and I talk baseball. He is actually Chinese. He was born in America. His family is all 100% Chinese, but he was born and raised in New York. He talks and acts just like a New Yorker. He was a raised Yankees fan, so he and I are friends. We get along really, really well. Ever since we met, he was the first, I guess you could say he's the first friend I made in China. He really is, and we're still friends. I can't tell you how much he's done to help me, and I'm not kidding. I mean, in very real ways. But he and I often talk still. Just talked a couple of days ago about baseball. We talk baseball all the time. Anytime there's important news for the Yankees, I'll message him. If there's important news for the Astros, he messages me. We congratulate each other. It's a good friendship. I don't have any issues with the Yankees because of him. The Yankees is a historically good, famous organization, so I can't really hate on them. The Dodgers left Brooklyn, so, forget them. Looks like Paxton is on the mound and ready to pitch. Altuve's up. Very first hit is a single through the left side, just like that. Altuve, in the very first pitch, gets a base hit. Now, that's the Altuve I really like to see. The jump on the ball, get a hit right in the opening of the inning. That's great. Love me some Altuve. Right past the diving shortstop. That means I'm gonna bring up a picture here. Where is my picture? Bregman swings after the first pitch, but it looks like double play, 2 pitches, 2 ground balls, a single and a double play ball. So I was going to show this picture of Altuve. He got the hit. That's right. Altuve 1 for 1 today so far, but he's out now thanks to Bregman. And I got to take him right back off the base. Darn it, Bregman. Yordan Alvarez comes up to bat. Alvarez wasn't ready because of that fast double play by Bregman. He had to hurry and put his batting gloves on. He shows bunt. First pitch is in there for a strike. Not really sure why Alvarez is showing bunt with 2 outs. Swing the bat, man. Don't be bunting the ball. Here comes the pitch. Ball just barely low and inside. Counts 1-1. Alvarez is now up to 304 in his batting average. He's been able to pull it back up after a cold streak. Next pitch is hit hard to first base. It's a one-hopper. Nobody's going to be there to cover the base. Yordan is probably going to have a hit there. The pitcher was not able to get to first base, and now we know why. He's down. He hurt his leg. He's holding his leg. James Paxton. I was wondering why he didn't cover. He wasn't anywhere near the bag. I didn't even see what happened. Let's see if they show a replay. But apparently when James Paxton, the pitcher, tried to break towards first base to cover it, he hurt his leg. He seems to be quite a bit of pain. The trainer is out there rubbing on his leg. Yordan is on first base. Yeah, he's not liking that. Paxton he's got his head in his hand while the coach is rubbing on his leg. He's going to try to stand up, it looks like. He has to put his hand on the ground in order to stand up. He's limping. Holy crap. He can barely move. Oh my gosh, he's taking such small steps and limping. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so the replay doesn't seem to show too much. When he comes running off the mound, he starts to limp. When he runs towards first base, he slows down and he kind of limps. But then he takes another step and suddenly he goes down to his knee. And they had to help him off. He limped all the way to the dugout. taking very, very small steps, very gingerly. You don't like to see that. I don't care who it is, even if it's the Dodgers. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that for any player. I want everybody to be healthy and have the Astros beat them soundly, even if they're at 100%. Let them be 100%. The Astros can still find a way to beat them. So let's see here. They're going to have a pitching change. And by the way, that is a single for Alvarez. He's going to make it 2 hits for the Astros. Yainer Diaz is on deck, but we're going to be on a break for a few moments. Two-thirds of an inning for Paxton on two base runners, are one double play. I see the new guy coming in, but I don't know who it is. He's jogging in from the bullpen. That's got to be a weird feeling. You're just out in the bullpen, hanging out, not doing anything, and then you have to suddenly come in the game and start throwing. In the first inning, man, you don't like to see that. This could really change the game one way or the other. We'll see. 2 hits for the Astros right now. Jordan is on first. Let's see here. Back to my poll. I still haven't put my poll up. What other team should I put on this list? Another team that Astros fans just really don't seem to get along with. Let's see. You know what? Just for fun, I'll put the Red Sox on there, simply because they're playing the Red Sox. How about that? Because the other team that I really don't like is the Cubs. But once again, that's primarily because when I was growing up, my sister liked the Cubs, and that might sound petty again, but you have to understand a couple of things. One is my family. My sister's very spoiled. But the other thing is, she wouldn't actually watch the games. She just liked them because they're the Cubs. They're cute. It's cute. It's a cute name. But she didn't actually watch the games. I watched many Cubs games because sometimes it was the only game we could get when I was in Louisiana. They had a cable channel, and you could watch the Cubs games. So especially when they played the Astros, I loved watching those games. I could see my team. But my sister wasn't watching the games, and I thought, she's not a fan at all. She's just a bandwagon kind of person. She likes the idea of the Cubs. And, oh, it's a cute name. But other than that, I don't have anything against the team. Yep, this reminds me, there's a Justin Verlander update. He pitched 3 innings for the Space Cowboys in AAA. Had 3 strikeouts, 2 walks on 52 pitches. 36 strikes on 52 pitches. According to Verlander himself, in the pre-game stuff on the MLB network, I got to hear them talk to him, and he seemed to be feeling pretty good. That's encouraging. His first rehab start back in a while. It's nice to see him doing all right. We got one pitcher recovering and another one getting injured. They're showing the highlights of James Paxton going down on the mound there. Once again, it's hard to see what happened. He ran off the mound, and he looked back over his shoulder for some reason, and then he kind of stopped, and he took another step, and he immediately went down to his knee. So maybe whenever he first started to rush off the mound, maybe that's when he hurt himself. Lucas Sims will be on the mound for the Red Sox. And I'm going to change the pitcher information on the screen. Do I have Lucas Sims? No, I don't. I need to get his picture right quick. I'm going to update on the screen for you guys. I don't have a picture of him in a Red Sox uniform. All I have is Cincinnati Reds pictures. But that's what we're going to go with. Lucas Sims. Man. We're going to have 2 outs in just a moment with Jordan on first base. 2 hits for the Astros. Lucas Sims. I know I got a picture of him somewhere. There we go. Lucas Sims. Yainer Diaz is in the box, kicking the dirt around, getting ready. We're almost ready to get this first inning going again for the second time. All right, first pitch of the inning for Lucas Sims is ball 1, 94 miles an hour. All right, second pitch is a breaking ball in the outside corner for strike 1. According to what I'm hearing, he seemed to have had a little bit of a hard time warming up on the mound, some control issues, so he took an extra long time to get ready. They gave him some extra time, I guess, because of the injury. Yainer Diaz hits a sharp ball up to shortstop. He flips it over to the second baseman to get the force at second. After 3 pitches, Sims gets the third out. Shuts down the wannabe threat from the Astros. So we're going to the bottom of the second, 0-0, but the Astros do put 2 hits on the board. And of course, they strand runners because, you know, the Astros have to do that. They got to strand those runners. There we go. Okay, so I got Lucas Sims on the screen now. The picture hasn't been updated. They don't have a picture of him in an or in a Red Sox hat. All right, now I can move that down. Six people watching, half a dozen. I'm going to give you a half a dozen thank yous, a half a dozen shows of gratitude. It is almost 3 o'clock in the morning here in Hiroshima. I had to get up 1:45 today. But I didn't feel too bad. I do feel a little tired. Not too sleepy. Sometimes I feel really bad. It's really difficult sometimes. My health condition is up and down. Some days I don't have any energy at all. Don't want to do anything, just want to stay in the bed. It's really ridiculous whenever you get a disease. You start to notice lots of people who have it. It's pretty weird. Hunter Brown is on the mound taking a few warm-up pitches right now. Finally got his ERA under 4. It's at 3.98. He's worked really hard to bring that down because he was having a disastrous season in the beginning. But he has really come on as one of the best pitchers in the MLB. Jaron Duran is the first batter, followed by Emmanuel Valdez and Wilyer Abreu for the Red Sox. Duran batting lefty. And here comes the first pitch from Brown, right on the outside, but just barely out. 98 miles an hour, ball 1. Seems a beautiful day for baseball right now in Boston. Second pitch, another one right on the outside corner, but a swing and miss. That was a perfectly placed pitch right on the edge of the zone. 1-1 is the count. This Red Sox crowd doesn't seem to be very loud to me. You know, I'm wearing these headphones. I'm able to hear the crowd, and they're very mute, in my opinion. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss in the exact same spot, same speed. 98 miles an hour outside corner. And Duran can't hit it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the fourth pitch from Hunter Brown. And here it comes. What can Brown do for you? How about a curveball strikeout to start off the inning? Start off the bottom of the first. 1 away. Emmanuel Valdez is now coming up to bat. 86 mile per hour inside curve that started off in the zone and dropped out to get that strikeout. It was beautiful. Several fastballs followed by that curveball. That's evil. Here comes the first pitch to Valdez. Right in the upper part of the zone, strike 1. He takes it 96 miles an hour. Brown looking good so far. Oh and 1. Here comes the sixth pitch of the game. Or sixth pitch of the game for Hunter Brown, that is. 99 just barely misses the outside upper corner of the zone. Hunter Brown channeling his inner Caleb Ort with that speed. Another 99 mile per hour. He's just getting faster, man. I did see Hunter Brown throw a 100 mile per hour fastball the other day. Pretty crazy. Sign of good things to come. That ball was outside for ball 2, 2-1. Hunter Brown takes his time to get the call on the next one, and here comes the pitch. Another high one, but this one's way out of the zone by almost a foot. Ball 3. Hunter Brown tossing some meat, but just barely missing the zone, and then that one was a little too far out. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Valdez. That was a swing and foul ball right in the center of the plate and a little down in the zone. Full count. This will be the 10th pitch of the inning for Hunter Brown. Valdez calls timeout, plays around with his gloves a little bit, takes a swipe at a fly with his bat, chews something heartily with his mouth open. Batting .224 for the season, apparently. Those are like Jake Meyer numbers. This one's 99, right in the zone, fouled back and away. Count remains full. What is Jake Meyer's average right now? 230. So he's actually a little under Jake Meyer's. That's not good for him. Good for us, though. Strikeout number 2 coming in, hopefully. Hunter Brown's got the call. Here's another 3-2 count pitch. Here it comes. 99 miles an hour in the top of the zone, fouled back again. Guys, if you have the opportunity to say so in the chat, I had to adjust my mic settings recently because at first it was too low. People were saying they couldn't hear me. Some were saying it was fine. I raised it up a little bit, and then it was too loud. It was causing some distortion, so I adjusted it again. Let me know if it sounds all right to you. Next pitch, strike 3, swing and a miss on the upper outside part of the zone. Another fastball, 95 miles an hour. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Hunter Brown. I guess he's going after the Spencer Arrighetti 13 strikeout game yesterday with Yusei Kikuchi and Spencer Arrighetti racking up strikeouts. I guess Hunter Brown has decided, hey, I can join that club. Hunter Brown, as far as I'm concerned, you can lead that club. Let's do it. He's now facing Wilyer Abreu. First pitch is in the bottom of the zone, 90 miles an hour, strike 1. Abreu batting .269. He's 1 for 9 in the last 4 games. Not doing so well against the Astros. Let's continue that streak as the 0-1 pitch comes in. That was a good 14 inches above the zone. Ball 1, 1-1. Just to let you guys know, I've got a poll in my live stream. As an Astros fan, which of these teams do you dislike the most? If you get the time, take a look at that and vote. I'm interested to see what you think. That ball's outside the zone for ball 2, 2-1 against Abreu. 2 outs, 2-1 is the count. Here comes the 4th pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the outside corner. The count is even 2-2. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Hunter Brown is too much for Wilyer Abreu. That would be really awesome to see another strikeout right here. That would be 3 to start the game for Hunter Brown. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hunter Brown is looking for the call he wants. He's finally got it. Pitch is on the way. This one's fouled back. Out of play. Diaz gives the nod of approval to Hunter Brown. I'm sure that boosts Brown's confidence. We're going to have another 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. That was low, fouled over to the left side. Bregman is way over. As he slides, he can't quite get to it. He slides into the wall and gets up a little slow. Is he going to be okay? Yeah, he's okay. That ball landed about a foot from the wall, but it didn't hang for too long, so Bregman had to haul over there and slid into the wall to try to get that. But he was about a foot away. His glove was about a foot away from catching that. If anybody can catch it, Bregman can. If he can't, nobody can. He's good at catching those balls. We're going to have another 2-2 pitch coming right now. This one's hit in the air to left center field. Myers is underneath it. Out number 3, no problem. 3 up and 3 down for Hunter Brown and the Astros in the bottom of the first. Red Sox with no hits, no runs, no hope. We're going into the top of the second. Astros have Jeremy Pena, Zach DeCenzo, and Jake Myers coming up to bat. Zach DeCenzo is a AAA guy. Actually, in this game, you guys might be interested in knowing that both Pedro Leon and Zach DeCenzo are in this game today, starting right field and first base. And they're both from the minors. DeCenzo had his first MLB home run yesterday. There were 5 home runs in the game, 4 hit by the Astros. And the home run hit by DeCenzo, not only was it the longest home run, but it also went out of the park. They were talking before the game about whether or not they were going to be able to find the ball. I don't know if somebody was able to get out there and get it and keep it, or if it's just it hasn't been found yet. I don't know. But they're looking for it, trying to get it so they can give it to DeCenzo so he can have it. And Pedro Leon is batting in the 9th slot in right field. I will say this about Leon. He shows promise, but after a few games, he's only batting .111, so he hasn't done too much. However, watching his arm in the outfield, it's pretty amazing. I think he's got a really strong arm. He's got kind of a cannon for an arm. And that would be really nice to see. We haven't had much of that on the Astros in recent years, I think. We haven't had many guys with just rockets for arms. I mean, right now we've got several guys who are just really awesome in the outfield. Alvarez is just okay in the outfield. He's not an amazing outfielder. Jake Myers is good. No problem with McCormick. McCormick could be a little faster, but as far as an arm, like a strong arm, we don't really have that, so it's nice seeing him out there. Pena's up, and the first pitch to him is outside. Sims quickly gets the count and fires another one in there. This one taken for strike 1, so it's 1-1. Pena's batting .269. He was up much higher, close to .300 earlier in the season, but he went through a cold streak, and his batting average has suffered a little bit. It would be really great for him to get hot from now until the end of the year. Swinging a foul ball there for strike 2, 1-2. Got about 4 people watching right now. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for listening. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch way outside. Check swing by Pena, and that's ball 2. That's the kind of pitch that Pena has been struggling with the past month. Likely what has brought his batting average down a lot. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one's high, but hit to center field. That's going to be an easy play for the center fielder. And it is. He puts it away for out number 1. Nothing doing there on that high fastball. Surprised Pena got the bat on it, but he didn't make really good solid contact, so it was a nice easy out for the Crimson Sox. Half a dozen people listening in. Thanks for joining. Go Astros. Zach DeCenzo's up to bat with 1 out. First pitch to him is right on the outside corner. Curveball, 84 miles an hour. Strike 1. Through 4 games, Zach DeCenzo is 5 for 16. He's got a home run and an RBI. He hits this one out in right center. Is it going to drop? No, there's a diving catch. What a great catch by the center fielder. He just robbed DeCenzo of an extra base hit into right center. That ball was hit hard, and he just barely got there in time. Rafaela is the one who made that play. He completely robbed Zach DeCenzo of an excellent double play ball, an excellent double there. If that had gotten through, it would have gone to the wall. Out number 2, first pitch to Jake Myers is right in there for strike 1, but before that, DeCenzo's batting average was over 300. Now it's 294. But as long as he stays up in that area, I'm fine with that. Swing and a miss on what looked like a sweeper. Terrible pitch. Come on, Myers. 0-2. I feel like a broken record having to repeat over and over and over again that Myers goes down in the count 0-2, 0-2, 0-2. It seems that maybe 80% of the time he gets down 0-2 in the count. 2 outs, 0-2 in the top of the second. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Myers does absolutely nothing. If I'm not mistaken, Myers did not have a good game yesterday. I don't believe I remember him having a hit. But just to make sure that I'm telling you the truth, I'm going to go back and check that. I'm going to go back and look at the game yesterday and see if that's accurate. I want to be fair to Myers instead of just being cynical and negative. Let's see. Where's the game cast? There it is right there. Jake Myers. I remembered correctly. He went 0 for 4. Oh, and you're going to love this. In the second inning, Myers struck out looking. In the 5th inning, Myers struck out swinging. In the 6th inning, Myers struck out swinging. In the 8th inning, Myers struck out swinging. I did remember correctly. And not only did he get out every time, he struck out. It seems in the 2nd inning, when he struck out looking, he decided, I'm just going to swing at everything. So he had 4 strikeouts yesterday. That is impressive. How many people do you know who can do that? Yes, quite a few. Me too. Actually, I can walk out on the street right now. Well, maybe not right now. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. But I can walk out in the street during the day, and I can point around at a lot of people who can strike out 4 times in a game. We're going into the bottom of the 2nd now, guys. Hunter Brown, 2 strikeouts so far. No hits. He's going to be facing Masataka Yoshida. Yoshida is a Japanese player who was playing in the Japan Professional League here in Japan, where I'm at. I don't know what year he made the jump over to the MLB, but there's big money for the Japanese players to go play in the MLB. The first pitch to Yoshida is on the way from Brown, 97 miles an hour on the outside corner, another perfectly placed pitch, strike 1. That's 20 pitches for Brown. Yoshida batting .279. Here comes the second pitch. Swinging a foul ball. He barely got a piece of that one. Strike two. Foul back. At first I thought it was a complete miss, but then I barely saw the ball trickle behind the plate there and bounce to the wall. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Brown, who's looking to pick up his third strikeout already. Check swing. Did he go around? They say yes, he did. Yeah. Strikeout number 3. He got it. It looked to me, but I wasn't quite sure. The third base umpire says, I'm sure. Third strikeout for Brown in 4 batters. The exit velocity off Hunter Brown's pitches is only an average of 86.1 miles an hour. It's the 5th lowest in all of MLB right now. That's awesome. 5% of batters get the barrel of the bat on the ball. He's in the top 5 in the MLB for that. He's one of the best pitchers in MLB right now. First pitch to Connor Wong is a strike. Hunter Brown quickly delivers the second pitch while I'm giving you stats about him. Fouled away for strike 2. Just like that, it's 0-2 on Wong. That's actually what it sounded like when the ball hit the bat. Wong. Silly. Yeah, I know. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Right in the middle of the zone there, 97. Fouled away. Count remains 0-2. It's kind of interesting. I lived in China for about 7 years. And the name Wong is actually spelled W-A-N-G, not W-O-N-G. We pronounce it differently in the U.S. 99, check swing. Did he go? He says no. That's the right call. It looked to me like he didn't come around even square with the plate there, so he was safe. That's going to be ball 1, 1-2. Hunter Brown going for another strikeout here. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit the right field. It's going to be down. That's the first hit of the game against Brown. And the runner, Wong, he came around first base. Looked like he was going to go for 2 because that was kind of into the gap. But Leon was able to get to that ball and fire it in. And because of his quick reaction and throw, Wong was held up at first base. It would have been nice to see him try to go to second because Leon's got an arm. Yeah, as soon as that throw came in, he threw it all the way to second from the warning track. Wow. That was a great throw. I'm telling you, man, Leon's got the arm. He had the accuracy, too. He threw it all the way to Pena, who was standing on second base. Wong had to put the brakes on. First pitch to Dominic Smith is outside for ball 1. 1-0. Hunter Brown takes a while on the second pitch, and now it's on the way. This one's hit to left center field. Myers is over, and he takes it at the warning track. Jordan backs off. Myers brings the ball in. Wong is held up at first base. Yeah, Jordan and Myers are having a little conversation. It sounded like they were a little confused. At the last minute, Jordan pulled up and let Myers take it. Let's take another look at that. Yeah, Myers wasn't even looking over at Jordan. He was calling for it and running. He made the catch right in the middle of the warning track. But Jordan was paying attention. The way Jordan played was really, really good. He ran over there just to be there just in case, but he backed off and let Myers take it. First pitch is fouled back by Sogard. Nick Sogard is batting first time against Hunter Brown this game. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here comes the second pitch. Way high. Diaz had to stand up to get that one. 98 miles an hour. That one was a good 6 feet off the ground, it looked like. Ball 1, 1-1. 31 pitches now for Brown. He tosses over to first base. Nothing doing there. Runner's easily back. Wong is back on first. Brown's got the call. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Wong is running to second. Diaz throws. He's got the tag on him. They call him out. So Yainer Diaz throws out the Red Sox catcher. Attempt stealing denied. That's hilarious. One catcher throws out the other catcher. That will end the inning, eliminate the base runner, and move us into the top of the third, guys. That was funny. I always like to see the catcher throw out the catcher. And that's another thing I think you don't see very often is a catcher stealing. How many catchers do you know that are that fast that can attempt to steal a base? It was close, but it was a great throw and a perfect tag. Pena is really good at letting that ball travel very close to the base and then applying that quick tag. I would not want to be tagged by Pena. It looks painful. He slaps that tag on pretty hard. 4 likes on the game so far. That's great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm at 49 subs still, 49 subscribers. I'd like to have myself over 50 today. Who's going to be the 50th sub? If you haven't subbed and you're interested in following the Astros games, then please, by all means, be my 50th sub. I'd appreciate that very much. And I see that we do have some answers to the poll. Got 2 votes so far. Dodgers and Red Sox. I wasn't expecting a Red Sox answer. I only really put them on there because we're playing the Red Sox today. And I use the term we very loosely because I myself am not in the game, believe it or not. I know it's very difficult to believe that a 49-year-old guy is not playing for the Astros right now, but Verlander sure is trying to make that happen. He's trying to make that dream come true. And I use the term we very loosely because I myself am not in the game, believe it or not. I know it's very difficult to believe that a 49-year-old guy. Audio sounds good on my end. I hope it's okay for you guys and you're enjoying the game. Mauricio Dubon is up now, facing Lucas Sims. First batter of the inning. He fouls that first pitch back and away for strike 1. Here comes the second pitch to Dubon. Another one fouled back. Catcher runs over, but no room for Wong to get to it. That one's a good 20-25 feet into the stands. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Dubon batting .259. I said yesterday I'd love to see Dubon batting at least .275. That would be a big help. He needs to stay up at least at .275 to be a big benefit to the team. This pitch is high, about a foot out of the zone. Ball 1, 1 and 2. How great would it be to have several Astros batting over 300 and then the rest of them batting over 275? That'd be great. Next pitch is way outside and low for ball 2. Counts even. Curveball almost in the dirt. Red Sox got somebody going in the dugout. Good grief. In the bullpen. That one is high and inside. Dubon pulls away. It's going to be a full count. So, after 1 1/3 inning for Sims, they've already got a guy warming up in the bullpen for the Sox. That pitch is low and away. Check swing by Dubon, but he does not go, says the umpire. So that's going to be a leadoff walk for Dubon here in the top of the third. Like to see those leadoff batters get on base. Jose Altuve did it with a hit in the first. Dubon does it now here with a walk in the third. That brings up Pedro Leon. Swing and a miss on a 90-mile-per-hour fastball low and away. That might have been a changeup, actually. Not a good pitch to be swinging at either way. It was pretty lousy, outside the zone and low. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Another one a little outside, fouled away by Leon. I'm really liking him in the outfield, guys. But he's going to have to start performing at the plate in order to make his MLB dream come true and satisfy fans like me. He does have some power, so he can hit the ball if he can actually get the bat on it. Not like that, though. Strikeout, swing and a miss on another pitch outside the zone. He goes down in 3 pitches, 3 straight strikes. An unimpressive at-bat for Leon. His average goes down to an even 100. My personal hero, Jose Altuve, comes up. Friday, Altuve hit a 2-run shot off this same pitcher. Very first pitch, he hits right to the right side. Another base hit for Altuve. Dubon goes to second. Stays there. Altuve's 2 for 2 today with 2 base hits, 1 through the left side, now 1 through the right side. Love me some Altuve, and you know what that means? That means I'm going to show you my favorite, that's right, picture. Jose Altuve with the single, moving Dubon to second. Alex Bregman comes up with 2 runners on. Altuve just tied an Astro with hits, a hit total, 622. One more, he'll take the second spot, I think, behind Biggio. No, not Biggio. Bagwell, I believe. First pitch almost hits Bregman. The next one is inside. So 2 straight balls on the inside to Bregman. Here's the next pitch. This one's hit hard to left field. It's going to be short of the warning track, though. Too much air. Caught easily by the left fielder. That's going to be out number 2. That's going to be it for Lucas Sims. He's not going to face Yordan Alvarez. He's going to change pitchers now. This is one of those things that happened when the Astros made their World Series run a couple of years ago. It's one of those things that was kind of laughable. Teams would not pitch to Alvarez. They would switch, bring in another pitcher, and then Alvarez would get a hit or a home run anyway. It happened a lot, actually, where he would come in. They'd come in with another pitcher, and Alvarez would hit a home run. So it was kind of funny, kind of comical. It's like it didn't matter. What's the point in switching pitchers if he's just going to hit a home run off of them? Brennan Bernardino is going to be in for the Red Sox. Let's see if I can get his picture updated on the screen. Bernardino. That's an interesting name. Bernard and Dino. Bernardino. Brennan Bernardino. I'll update him on my screen so I can have the current pitchers in the game for you guys. Proper information on the screen. Pitcher name. I have to manually input it. Okay, there we go. Hunter Brown versus Brennan Bernardino. This is the 3rd pitcher for the Red Sox. The first pitcher of the game had to come out after just 2 batters due to injury to his leg. Still waiting for word of what happened to him. Bernardino has pitched 38.2 innings, has a 3.03 ERA. He's a left-hander. But for Alvarez, it doesn't really matter. He's hitting quite well against both right-handers and left-handers. His average right now is 305. He's already got 1 hit this game. He's had several home runs recently, including a two home run game in this series. He's almost 50-50 with his hits on right and left-handed pitchers. First pitch to him is a 79-mile-per-hour curveball outside, ball one. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Highest batting average versus lefties all time. Jordan is ranked number 4. So it's kind of silly to bring in anybody else. I think righties, lefties doesn't really matter. Swing and a miss on that one. That one's kind of low in the zone, 92 miles an hour. Jordan shaking his head and smiling about that one. But this season, Jordan is batting .361 against lefties. That's crazy. Third in the AL. Whoa, that one hit him right in the rear end. 78 miles an hour. I'm glad it wasn't a fastball. There was no way for Jordan to get out of the way of that one. That went straight at him. They said they hit him in the wallet. Yeah, it hit him right on the belt, right above his buttocks. Bases will be full with Yainer Diaz coming up. Another 300 batter who's been a breakout performer for the Astros this year. First pitch to him is in there for strike one. 0-1, bases loaded. Come on, Diaz, drive us in some runs right here. Here's the next pitch. That one's in the dirt, ball one, 1-1. Bernardino seems to have some control issues here. Fine by me, walk in a run, but I would much rather see Yainer come up with a grand slam or an extra base hit. That'd be perfect right here. The Astros need to start this game off early with some runs. Come on, here's the pitch. Low part of the zone, just barely got it for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yainer is in the top 6 in the American League for RBIs with bases loaded. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Harmless bouncer down towards the dugout on the third base side. One ball, 2 strikes to Yainer Diaz. Brennan Bernardino pitching with bases loaded and 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt, bounces away. They're going to attempt to score a run, and they say he's safe. Mauricio Dubon slides in there. Looks like he gets under the tag with a head-first slide. The pitcher is not able to get the tag on him. I would imagine that the Red Sox are going to take a look at it and see if they want to challenge, but all the runners advance on that wild pitch in the dirt. Woo! You talk about close. The pitcher did what he could, but he had to catch that ball and tag while running, and he might not have even gotten the glove on him. Let me take another look at the slow-mo. Yeah, he put the tag down there, but Dubon pulled his arm back and avoided the tag, and his left hand got into the plate. That was a bold move by Dubon. He puts the Astros on the board 1-0. What's crazy, though, is that Jordan is still on first. He didn't advance. At first, they moved him up to second on the chart, but he didn't actually advance. That's ridiculous. Next pitch was a ball, but then the third pitch was in the dirt. Diaz swings and misses on a terrible pitch in the dirt, so the Astros don't get anything with Yainer's at bat other than that wild pitch. They strand more runners on base. Luckily, Dubon is able to capitalize by seizing the opportunity. That was all Dubon. Good job, Dubon. That's heads-up ball play right there. If not for that heads-up play, the Astros would still have a big goose egg on the board. But thanks to that, Yainer is only able to strand 2 runners rather than 3. That's what I'm talking about. We need more plays like that where the Astros take some initiative, because too often they strand runners. Going to go into the bottom of the third. 3 hits for the Astros, 1 hit for the Red Sox. Astros leading 1-0. Let me refresh my YouTube page and see if we got any updates here. 50 subscribers. Philip Castillo, welcome, man. Let's go Astros, absolutely. Let's go Astros, 1-0. I've got my 50th subscriber. Whoever you are, whoever just subscribed to me today, thank you so much. You are my 50th subscriber. If I could, I'd give you a hug. It's a little milestone, but an important one. It makes me feel good to get to 50. Looking forward to 100 now. That's my next goal, 100 subs. I've got 8 people watching. Welcome to the live stream. I really wish I could show you guys the game, the actual video of the game, but of course I would get taken down very quickly. I will tell you this though, just to give you a little bit of an update, I'm looking at the legality of showing very short clips of the highlights as they happen, because I noticed that there's another channel, there's an Astros channel. It's a Spanish channel. There's a lady, I don't know her name, but she calls the Astros games in Spanish, and she often shows the replays, like the very short replays of little things in the game, outs, strikeouts, hits, just very short clips, just maybe a few seconds. She shows those throughout the game. Hunter Brown on the mound now, dealing to Nick Sogard. He fouls this one way off into left field. He hit that one hard in the upper deck by the Coca-Cola sign at Fenway Park. Strike one. Hunter Brown takes a moment to step off the mound. Good idea, probably, after that ball being hit so hard. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Right in the bottom of the zone, 97 miles an hour, strike two. Comes right back with a strike. Oh and 2. Here comes the pitch to Sogard. That one's high and outside. Sogard acted like he wanted to go for it, but he was able to hold up. 1-2. Here comes the pitch. Strike three. Swing and miss. High fastball. High and a little outside. 36 pitches now for Hunter Brown. And I believe that's his 5th strikeout of the game. So 5 strikeouts here in 2 1/3 of an inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 of 7 outs have been strikeouts. Pretty good so far. And there's another strike. First pitch to Cedon Rafaela, the guy who made that great catch in center field earlier, the diving catch to Rob DeCenzo. Had to think for a second there. I'm still not used to saying his name. He's so new to me. Fouled away, strike two, 0-2. Hunter Brown going for another strikeout here. If he gets it, I'll celebrate with some more coffee. But this one is going to be a base hit right up the middle. Line drive, bounces into center field. Myers brings it in. Raffaele will be on first base with 1 out. Hunter Brown misses the opportunity there for another strikeout. Red Sox have their 2nd hit of the game. David Hamilton is up to bat, and there's a stolen base. It looks like. No, he did not go. Big fake stolen base by Raffaele. He took off running. Diaz came up like he was going to throw, and then he went back to first base. So 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Up in the zone, 88 miles an hour. Fouled away. Looks like a changeup. Tricked him. Strike 2, 0-2. Raffaele is still on first base. Interested to see if he'll be going right here on this pitch. We'll see. Maybe we get a strikeout and a throwout. That'd be a great double play. Fouled away. Another 0-2 count coming. That's what I want to see on this pitch. I want to see a strikeout and then a throwout on an attempted steal double play. That's what I want to see. 0-2. Brown's got the... He fires over to first base. Raffaele is back, no problem. Crowd actually didn't boo. Good job, Red Sox fans. I applaud you. Oh my gosh, I'm serious. I I never hear the fans not boo that. I'm glad to hear that. This one's hit to Altuve, who tosses it to Pena, and he goes to first. It's over the head of DeCenzo. A wild throw by Pena on what appeared to be a very routine, easy throw. He had plenty of time. He had the line of sight. The ball bounced one time. No, that's not Altuve at second. I'm sorry. That's Dubon. Dubon got the ball in one hop, quickly tossed it to Jeremy Pena, but that ball sailed way over the head of DeCenzo at first base and into the crowd. It bounced into the crowd, so that's going to put the runner on second base with 2 outs. That was very nonsensical. Jarren Duran comes to bat. First pitch to him is high for ball 1, 98 miles an hour. Man, that was ridiculous. What was Pena thinking there? The runner might have thrown him off because I don't think he slid. Or he slid late. He might have interfered with his throw. Curve ball on the inside corner for strike 1, 1-1. That's credited as an error on Pena. That throw went so high it bounced and went into the crowd. 95 miles an hour, fouled away. Strike 2, 1-2 is the count against Jarren Duran. Play-by-play is good. I'm in Pennsylvania, bro. Really? Pennsylvania? Awesome. JV's doing good down in Sugar Land. Yeah, I saw the updates about him. That's pretty good. It's encouraging to see that. We need another good pitcher, especially a veteran like Verlander, getting towards the end of the season. We really need it. Hunter Brown disengages and pretends to throw to second. Rafaela. No, not Rafaela. That's Hamilton? Yeah, I believe Hamilton is on second base. Next pitch is in the dirt almost. Ball 2. Count is even. Up in Pittsburgh, or Pennsylvania rather, not necessarily Pittsburgh, but it makes me think about the Pirates. Are you just a displaced Astros fan, or are you traveling? That one's fouled back. Count remains 2-2. 48 pitches now for Brown. Runner on second base, 2 outs, 2-2. Here in the bottom of the third, Brown looking for maybe another strikeout. Hopefully he will end the inning right here. Strike 3, gets it 98 miles an hour, and Hunter Brown gives his glove a really big thump. He's really feeling it right now. That is... How many strikeouts now is that for Brown? I think that's his 6th strikeout of the game. So in 3 innings, Hunter Brown has 6 strikeouts. 6 of the 9 outs the Astros have in this game have come courtesy of Hunter Brown's arm. Pretty nice. Like I said before, he will not be outdone by Kikuchi and Arrighetti. He's trying to get that strike count up and join the club. One of the best in the leagues right now. One of the best in the major leagues. We're going to go into the top of the 4th. My personal hero, Jose Altuve, is coming up to bat. He's in the DH position today. I'm glad to see him getting some rest. Not having to field. So far, Dubon having no problems at second base. Followed by Zach DeCenzo. I'm sorry. They just updated the batting order there. That was incorrect. Man, these updates on the screen need to come in a little faster than that. It just changed to Jeremy Pena. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, that's right, because Diaz was the last out, so that is correct. For some reason, it showed Jose Altuve coming up, but he'll have to come up later because Pena is scheduled up, followed by Zach DeCenzo and Jake Myers. So we're moving into the bottom of the batting order, 5th, 6th, and 7th position. Yeah, but about JV, about Justin Verlander, they interviewed him before the game. I was able to see that in the pregame stuff, and he said that he felt pretty good. I do think that he had too many balls. He threw too many balls. but it is his first rehab game back, so I think for the way he felt and what he did was good. First pitch to Jeremy Pena is 87 miles per hour and right in the zone for strike one. 3 hits and 1 run for the Astros right now. 2 hits and no runs for the Red Sox. Jeremy Pena hits one to short, a bouncer. Should be easy for the shortstop. He's got it no problem. First base, out number 1. Pena goes down on a ground ball. They're showing highlights of DeCenzo's first career hit. Happened a few days ago. He's currently batting .313. I'm sorry. No, his last at bat, he flew out with a great catch by the center fielder, so he's now at .300, I believe. No, .294. I'm sorry, .294. First pitch to him is fouled away. Strike one. But he had a home run that not only went over the Green Monster, it went over the sign and out of the stadium. It was a big hit. Out of 5 home runs, it was the biggest one of the game. Umpire calls timeout. He points to the pitcher and he basically says, pay attention to the batter. It looks like the pitcher started his windup too early and DeCenzo wasn't ready. They've got a commentator sitting out at the Green Monster. I guess they're hoping for another home run out there. Next pitch is low and inside, bounces away for ball 1, 1-1. How great would it be for DeCenzo to just go bonkers and have a really great season and do well with the Astros? He could be the permanent first baseman. This is hit out to right field. It's close to the track, but it's playable, and he'll pull it in. That'll be out number 2. Easy fly ball for the right fielder. He didn't have to move too much to get it. Solid contact by DeCenzo, but doesn't put it anywhere difficult for the Red Sox to get to. That's the second out of the inning. Their commentator is sitting right at the top of the wall out in left field. Myers is up to bat. The powerhouse, Jake Myers. Let's see if he can do something other than strike out. He swings and fouls this one away. Strike one, 0-1. If Myers gets a strike right here, he will continue his regular habit of going down in the count 0-2. Let's see if he does it. Here's the pitch from Bernardino. Oh, it actually got the bottom of the zone, but the umpire called it a ball. So Myers barely escapes the 0-2 count. 1-1, it's even. Here comes the next pitch from Bernardino. That one's low and inside. Another ball, curveball, 79 miles an hour, ball 2. And I can celebrate Jake Myers' victory of avoiding the 0-2 count by pouring some more hot water for my coffee. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one's on the outside corner. Good pitch. 86 miles an hour. That text on the screen, man, is so small. Even with my reading glasses on, it's difficult to see that. 2-2 is the count against the powerhouse, Jake Myers, hitting an amazing .229 for the season. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? They're going to say he did. He's running to first, though. He's going to make it with no throw because that ball went all the way to the back screen. So Myers is going to be on base after striking out. I can't tell you how hilarious that is. Myers struck out 4 times at 4 at-bats yesterday. He didn't have a single hit. His first at-bat today, he struck out again. That's 5 strikeouts in a row. He strikes out again for a 6th strikeout, but the ball bounces to the rear screen. He's able to run to first on that wild pitch and get on base. So, you take them as you can get them, I guess. Good job, Jake Myers. He's on first base. Mauricio Dubon comes up. He had a walk in the 3rd inning, and he was able to score on a very heads-up play on a wild pitch. 0-1 the count to him, strike 1. Here comes the throw. Myers was actually stealing? Yeah, Myers tried to steal second base, but it was fouled away by Dubon. I guess they were trying to do a hit and run. Didn't quite work out. Strike 2 on Dubon. Myers on first, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 4th, 0-2 against Dubon. Here comes the pitch from Bernardino. This is a ground ball to the right side. Easy play. Super easy play. Easy bouncer, nice and slow to the first baseman. He just catches it, takes one step onto the bag. That's it for the Astros in the top of the fourth. A very uneventful but funny fourth inning. I swear. Jake Myers, right now, the only Astro that can strike out and get on base. He's amazing. He's the powerhouse. His average is now 228 with 2 strikeouts, but he did get on base because of the wild throw. That's funny. Philip, you say, I'm from H-Town. My job as machinist supervisor brought me here for the last 7 years. Wow, so you're kind of a displaced H-Town guy, a Houstonite. Yeah, even though I was born in Louisiana, I was a baby when my parents moved us to Houston, and my dad was a welder. I was born in 75. I don't remember spending any time in Louisiana before the age of about 8, because that's when we moved back to Louisiana. So essentially I was born and we immediately moved to Houston. I don't know if you know the company, Armco. Do you know them? If you're a machinist, you might have heard of them. I don't even know if the company still exists, to be honest. I should Google that. That's kind of interesting to find out if Armco is still around. But back in the 70s, the U.S., the steel industries, the car industries, they just had swaths of layoffs as all those jobs went to China. Let's see. Armco Steel. It says it was an American steelmaking company. Oh, this one is talking about the one in Ohio. Is it the same one that was... That's not the same one that was in Houston. Armco Steel, Houston. All right, guys, we are back. First pitch from Hunter Brown to Emmanuel Valdez is in there for a strike. Hunter Brown gets the ball back quickly. Gets the call he wants, which is another fastball. This one's 94 miles an hour in the upper part of the zone. Fouled back by Valdez. He calls timeout, takes a break to reconsider his life. 0-2 against Hunter Brown. But anyway, long story short, Armco Steel laid off a bunch of guys, including my dad, and we had to move for work. So I understand that. Ground ball to Dubon. Tosses over to DeCenzo, out number 1, no problem. Some people have to transfer with their companies. Some people have to move to other companies. So I completely understand. Actually, I had to do the same thing here in Japan, because when I left China and moved to Tokyo, I had a really nice, high-paying business English job, and then it completely fell apart when the pandemic started. Just didn't work out. First pitch to Wilyer Abreu is inside and low for ball 1. 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes to Abreu. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Hunter Brown dealing his 54th pitch. It's on the way now. Little low and outside for ball 2. Because of the pandemic, I didn't have any work for about a year, and finally I had to leave Tokyo and go to Hiroshima to get a teaching job, so I had to move for work. 97 right in the zone, fouled away by Abreu. That'll be strike 1. 2-1 is the count. But anyway, Philip, thanks for joining. I'm glad you're listening in. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ooh. Right on the upper outside corner, 97 miles per hour, called strike. Just barely clipped the corner. The count is now even, 2-2. There was a little bit of a check swing there by Abreu, but he held up and didn't like the pitch. He shook his head when the umpire called it a strike, but it was right on that corner. Not a bad call. Could have gone either way. 2-2, here comes the pitch. Another one almost in the exact same spot, but this one just barely misses. That ump's got a tight eye right there because it clipped the zone in the corner. He called it a strike. This one was less than an inch out of the zone, and he didn't call it, so that's pretty tight. Full count. Here comes the pitch. Nice curveball right in the upper inner part of the zone. The hitter, Abreu, is shaking his head and complaining to the umpire. He says a few words to him. But you can sit down and be quiet, and the reason is because that was a strike, my friend. I've got a few pet peeves about baseball. Some of them are about the players. Some of them are about the rules. Some of them are about the crowds, the fans. Yoshida is up, and first pitch to him is a curveball. 82 miles an hour, swing and miss. He struck out in the second inning. A lot of guys are striking out against Hunter Brown. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled away. Fastball in the outside upper corner. 0-2 just like that. With 2 outs, 0-2 count. 60 pitches now for Brown. Here in the bottom of the fourth. He decides to change the ball. The ball they gave him, he didn't seem to like it. He changed it out for another one. How many strikeouts now for Brown? 6 strikeouts. Or is it 7? Another swing and a miss. Hunter Brown picks up another strikeout on Yoshida. That's 2 strikeouts on Yoshida and about 7 strikeouts in this game. Yeah, that's right. 7 strikeouts for Hunter Brown in 4 innings. Man, he's almost got 2 strikeouts per inning on average right now. That is amazing. He's on track right now to get to that 12 or 13 strikeout game like Arrighetti had. Arrighetti had 13. His career high. Duke Stone, hey man, thanks for coming in. He says Armco in Pasadena, Texas went belly up and stiffed the existing employees out of all stocks. My dad worked there. Holy crap, man. That's terrible. Is that the same Armco that was in Houston? I did do a search online for Armco Steel Houston. It looks like they are closed down. They closed down. There are also some court cases against them apparently. I guess overall the Armco Steel Corporation just screwed a lot of people. Yeah, everything that I see about Armco right now is talking past tense, so it looks like they're gone. I've got a really interesting article in Houston Architecture about Armco Steel. I'll have to read that later. So who's up to bat now? Pedro Leon, he shows bunt and then pulls back. It looks like that'll be ball 1. Pedro Leon at the plate right now, followed by Jose Altuve and Alex Bregman. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Leon. He's not showing bunt this time, but that's ball 2. Up and away. Brendan Bernardino's still in the game for the Red Sox. Leon struck out his last at-bat. A really terrible at-bat. Some terrible swings and takes. This one is going to go through the hole. He hit it between the third baseman and shortstop. The shortstop tried to get it diving to his left. Bounced past him. That's likely going to be a hit. And the Astros have a leadoff runner, which I forgot to take the base runner off. So I'll just leave it as it is. Sorry about that. I have to manually change my base runners, and it's not always on the screen because I'm trying to focus on the game. I have to remind myself to go back and change that information. That's the 4th hit of the game. Bringing up my hero, Jose Altuve. He's 2 for 2 today. Altuve. Let's see if he can do something here. I want to see me another 2-run bomb. First pitch is inside, and that's ball 1. Altuve does not swing at the first pitch this time. He's got a hit to the left side, a hit to the right side. I guess he's due for a hit up the middle now. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 runner on. Leon at first base after a base hit. Here comes the pitch to Altuve. That one almost takes his feet off. Ball 2, 2-0. I wouldn't complain at all to see Leon and Altuve on base with Bregman up. Alvarez on deck. That'd be great. That's what I want to see. Red Sox got a big bearded guy warming up in the bullpen. Don't see his name. Bernardino's got the call he wants. Here comes the pitch. And that one's a little outside. That should have been ball 3, but the umpire said, you know what? I'm going to call that a strike just for fun. Let's make it interesting. So the count is 2-1. Almost 30 pitches now for Bernardino. He's at 28. This will be the 29th. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch to Altuve. Out to right field and sails into the crowd. Strike 2. Even is the count. Is Kikuchi from Japan? Yes, he is. He played in the Japan Professional League. I can't remember if it was for Oryx or for Seibu. It might have been Seibu Lions. Toss over to first base. Leon was easily back. He wasn't really planning to steal there. I think that the pitcher just wanted to take a break, get a breather, because he's scared of the almighty Altuve. And I'm not joking. Altuve's awesome. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Yes, it is. That's right. Line drive up the middle. I see the Lion says he got one. He did. He absolutely did. Altuve is 3 for 3. He's got a hit to the left, a hit to the right, and now a hit up the middle. I was wondering if he would. So Altuve completes the single cycle. Single to left, single to right, single to center. That's hilarious. Runners on first and second with no outs. Alex Bregman comes up to bat. Jordan on deck. How awesome would it be to see Jordan up with bases loaded, no outs? That'd be great. Here comes the first pitch to Bregman. That one's down and inside for ball 1. Let's see. Yusei Kikuchi. Which team did he play for? Saitama Seibu. So he did play for Seibu. I remember that correctly. That pitch was on the upper outside corner, just barely strike. Umpire liked it, and it was on the corner, so can't complain too much. But not a really good pitch to be swinging at, though. 1-1 is the count against Bregman. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Stopped by the catcher, Wong, and count's going to be 2-1. .33 pitches for Bernardino. Here comes the 2-1 pitch in just a moment. It's on the way. Tapper down the third baseline. That's going to be foul. Just barely foul. That would have been an excellent hit. That would have been an infield hit for sure. Are they sure that was foul? He caught it when it was bouncing on the line. They're going to take another look here. It landed on the line. It hit the outside of the line. It landed on the line, so I guess that was foul. Barely. Bregman misses an infield hit just by a few inches. 2-2 is the count. He almost loaded the bases like I wanted. He still can do it right here. Bernardino comes set. Here's the pitch. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Low and inside. It gets the corner of the zone, but the umpire said, you know what? Let's make it interesting again. Ball 3. Full count. No outs. Runners on first and second. Bregman's got the full count. Here comes the pitch from Bernardino. This one's hit really hard. It looks like it's going to be gone. It is. It's over the green monster in left field. Bregman with the 3-run shot. LSU power, baby. LSU power. Bregman crushes it over the green monster. It might have sailed out of the park. Let's take a look at the stats on that 3-run shot. 106.4 miles an hour, 441 feet on that. That really was a Breggy bomb. Jordan misses his opportunity to come up with bases loaded. Bregman's like, you know what? I don't want to get on base. I want to hit a home run. Astros now up 4-0 on that base clearing homer, that bomb by Alex Bregman. Awesome. First pitch to Jordan. Jordan takes a big hack and he tries to add one, but he misses it on the outside corner. Strike one. 0-1. That's awesome. Next pitch is low for ball 1. 0-1. I mean 1-1. Sorry about that. I was just reading the numbers on the screen instead of saying what the count actually was. They don't change and update quite fast enough. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one's hit hard to right field. That might be gone too. It is. It's gone. Alvarez will not be shown up. He hits a home run to center field. Back-to-back home runs for the Astros. Jordan Alvarez with a big smile on his face as he looks over at the dugout. He comes into home plate, giving the low fives. 5-0 Astros with 2 home runs back-to-back by Bregman and Alvarez. He goes into the dugout, gives Pena a hug. Guys are celebrating. That is awesome, man. That is so great to see. Alvarez with yet another home run. So many home runs in just a few days. And Bregman and Alvarez pose back-to-back for the camera. Hilarious. That's great. Awesome stuff right there. Jordan will not be shown up. Bregman gets the extra RBIs, but Jordan gets the hit to center field. That's awesome. The Red Sox are now going to change pitchers. They're going to take Bernardino out after he gives up the 2 home runs. So even though he's got no runners on, they decided to pull him out after the fact. A retroactive pitching change for the Red Sox. Pretty amazing. That's great. I'm loving this game. 5-0 Astros. How many hits do they have now? 7 hits, 1 error, 5 runs. 2 hits for the Red Sox, no runs. Hunter Brown pitching a masterclass with 7 strikeouts right now, and the Astros backing him up with runs. Thank God it's a good combination today. We've got 7 likes on the video. I'd appreciate 3 more. Let's get that over 10, guys. I appreciate that. And I've added 2 subscribers. Actually 3 since the beginning of the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. I'm calling the game from Hiroshima, Japan, and I had to get up in the middle of the night to call this game. This game started about, I think, 2:30 or so. So it's been active now for about an hour and a half. I got up around 1:45 a.m. after taking about a 3.5 to 4 hour sleep. I don't want to really call it a nap. It's a little long, but after the game is over, I plan to go back to bed and get some more sleep. I have some online classes to teach later today, this afternoon, and I have some Japanese homework to do because I study Japanese here in Hiroshima. That's why I'm here, actually, in this little town called Onomichi, so I can study at a Japanese language school. The big bearded guy is Luis Garcia. He's now on the mound for the Red Sox, facing Yainer Diaz. First pitch to Diaz is inside, 95 miles an hour, ball 1. No outs. The Astros have scored 4 this inning on 2 home runs, and there's still no outs. Next pitch to Yainer is hit to the shortstop. It scoops it up, fires it over to first. A little low on the throw, but first baseman is able to handle it. That'll be out number 1. The pitch to Bregman was a cutter, and it was hit over the sign and out of the stadium. Alvarez's home run to center field was 428 feet. Jeremy Pena is up to bat. First pitch to him is way inside for ball one. 1-0. Whew, man. Duke is in Anchorage. Wow, man. That's pretty cool. We're all over the place. Pennsylvania, Anchorage, Japan. Next pitch is in there, low part of the zone for strike one. The game has been so exciting, I forgot to add more water to my second cup of coffee. This is my weak cup. Here comes the next pitch. That one's a bouncer in the dirt. Ball two, 2-1. I'm so happy about this game because Altuve's getting to rest. He doesn't have to play in the field. He's the DH, and man, he's doing his job today. 3 for 3 with 3 hits. He scored 1 time. He's got his average back up over 300 to 303. I'm happy about that. Next pitch, curveball to Pena. Swing and a miss. That evens the count 2-2. Astros still with an opportunity to make some more happen here because there are no outs. No, I'm sorry, there's only 1 out. Pena needs to get going here. No hits yet this game. Here comes the pitch to him. This one's hit up softly to the shortstop. Second baseman cuts over and gets it, but Pena is going to be safe at first. That one was hit too softly, just to the left of the bag. It was going towards the shortstop, but the second baseman was able to cut it off and make a throw on the run. But, you know, Pena is so fast, he just put his head down and booked it to first, beat that throw. So he's got an infield hit. Just barely beat it by a half a step. Great play by the second baseman, but better base running by Pena. 1 out, 1 runner on. That brings up Mauricio Dubon. Dubon does have a hit so far in this game. Pena takes a steal to second. Does he get in there? They say he's safe. Red Sox are going to take a quick look to see if they want to challenge the infielder, saying he tagged him first. We'll see. As it stands right now, he's got a stolen base, but the Red Sox are going to challenge, so they're going to take a look at the replay. Why not try to steal? You're up by 5. Might as well try. They're showing the replay now. I think he's going to be safe. I think he's going to remain safe. The tag came down behind Pena, between his legs, and the tag hit the ground before it actually touched Pena. It's hard to see from that angle. That's going to be hard to overturn. They might if they think that his hand or his glove actually touched Pena as it was coming down between his legs. They show it from the top, and it looks like his glove went down between his legs and hit the dirt first. And if that's true, then Pena is safe. Pena's talking about it with the second baseman. Pena's saying it's not out. The second baseman is saying it is out. That's right. He gets the tag on way too late. I think they can't overturn that. Call stands. Call stands. He's safe. I was right. Good play call, guys. Wherever you are, I think it's in New York. They do the reviews. Is that right? They send the plays to one place. They check them out, and they send them back. Pena has a stolen base, so Pena's on second base now with 1 out. Dubon is at the bat. The count is 0-1. Here comes the pitch to Dubon. Swing and miss on a terrible pitch way off the plate. Wait a second. That's not Dubon. Dubon is already out. No, I'm sorry. Dubon's later. That's what I meant to say. DeCenzo is batting. What am I thinking? 0-2 against DeCenzo. And he goes down on strikes. So after 2 really hard-driven balls, especially the first one that was robbed from DeCenzo with a great catch by the center fielder, he goes down on 3 straight pitches. So he looked great on the first 2 at-bats. But on this one, he looked terrible. Went down on 3 straight pitches. 2 outs with Pena on second base. That brings up the powerhouse Jake Myers, who had a strikeout first base. First base. I don't even know what you call that. It's not a hit, right? First pitch to him is a ball, so he avoids the 0-2 count again. Good job, Myers. Baby steps, baby steps. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit into right field. Is it going to get down? It is. Just fair. Pena is definitely going to score. He's rounding third. And he scores easily. Myers almost goes too far off first base. The right fielder throws the ball in, and he has to quickly get back. Man, Jake Myers comes up with an RBI. Just a little single to right field, just barely inside the line, less than 2 feet inside the line. Bounces off the wall, quickly brought in by the right fielder. First baseman rushed back to first base. Myers had to put on the brakes and stumble back to first. He barely got to first. So Myers will be on first base with 2 outs. And that does bring up Dubon, the one that I kept thinking was DeCenzo. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Astros up 6-0 with 9 hits. Just piling up the runs right now in this inning. They've got 5 this inning. That's nuts. Here comes the next pitch to Dubon. Another one low and outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Phillips says the American League is scared of the Astros. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Even if the Astros are not playing very well, the other teams are scared because the Astros still have a core of guys, and they know they can do it. They can just turn it on at any moment. They have to take them seriously. Next pitch from Garcia is low and inside for ball 3. It's 3-0 against Dubon. Astros might have 2 more base runners here. We'll see. Here comes the 3-0 pitch to Dubon. He just takes that one all the way, but it's right on the edge of the corner for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And I can add a little hot water to my weak cup of coffee. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. He takes that one too. Dubon looks like he's not trying to swing at all. He's just trying to take the pitches. But that's a strike also on the inside corner. Full count. Dubon just trying to make Garcia throw pitches right now. Let's see what happens here. Here comes a pitch from Garcia. Swing, foul ball. Dubon stays alive for another pitch. That could have been a ball, I think. It was a little high and inside. Three balls, 2 strikes, runner on first, 2 outs. Dubon at the bat facing Luis Garcia. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Bouncer should be an easy play for the third baseman, but he throws it in the dirt. Luckily, the first baseman makes a phenomenal catch on a short hop to get the third out. That could have very easily been an error and runners on the corners for the Astros. Absolutely terrible play by the third baseman on that throw. He had plenty of time and made an awful throw, similar to Pena, except Pena, his throw went way over the head of DeCenzo. No chance for him to catch that one. At least this one, the first baseman had an opportunity. But that will end the inning finally for the Astros. The Red Sox can take a sigh of relief that that inning is over. Astros really wind up kicking their butts there, getting 5 runs in the top of the 5th. 5 in the 5th for the Astros. 9 hits, 6 runs total, 1 error for the Astros. 2 hits, no errors for the Red Sox, but they have no runs. Hunter Brown just shutting them down. He's got 7 strikeouts in 4 innings. He'll be back up on the mound in just a minute, facing Connor Wong and Dominic Smith, followed by Nick Sogard. I think my weak cup of coffee is ready. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Japan, but I will always remember one of the first interesting experiences I had when I was in Tokyo. I lived there originally for just 3 months while I was looking for work. I didn't find any good jobs, so I went to work in China for a while. But during that first 3 months, I was in the subway one day, and there was a vending machine. And of course, Japan is kind of famous for all sorts of crazy vending machines. Not only can you get snacks and drinks and stuff, but you can get some really insane things out of the vending machines. And I mean, like, supposedly used panties, just as an example. In certain places, you can get stuff like that. But the vending machine I saw on the subway, it was a huge vending machine that had so many different types of hot drinks. And I'll get to that in just a second. Hunter Brown just threw the first pitch to Connor Wong, fouled away for strike one, and here comes the second pitch. Swing and a miss, 97 miles an hour, right in the zone there. Strike two, 0-2, just like that. Wong calls timeout for a moment. But I saw on the machine several different options for just regular coffee. 97 in the top part of the zone again, fouled away. The count remains 0-2. And just for the basic coffee, there were a few choices, and one of those was weak coffee. That's the first time I've ever seen that in a vending machine. You can actually buy weak coffee. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. High and inside, taken as ball 1-2. Hunter Brown is now at 65 pitches for the game. Connor Wong has one hit today, but not another one. Upper outside corner, strike three. Wong stands there and he seems surprised by that, but it was right in the corner of the zone. No surprise. 8th strikeout for Hunter Brown this game on that cutter, 91 miles an hour. Beautiful pitch. But anyway, my own personal, quote, weak coffee comes from my second cup because I use the same filter again. The main reason I do that is because if it's too strong, it will give me a headache if I don't have much on my stomach. First pitch to Dominic Smith is in the dirt for ball one. Hunter Brown gets a new ball and he starts digging at the mound like a cat burying a turd. That's what it made me think of. He's digging at the mound again. He throws a strike and immediately starts digging at the mound again, trying to get that grooved spot prepared. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to the left side. It's poked through. That's going to be a single. Just a half swing, a late half swing by Dominic Smith. Alex Bregman was playing over, so that one goes into left field for the Red Sox third hit of the game. They'll have a base runner with one out. Oh, and I didn't change the base runner from last inning again, so I'm behind. So if you see the base runner on the screen right now for the Red Sox, that is accurate. That is updated information. Oh, it looks like we got a play here. It was hit to DeCenzo at first base. He steps on the bag, and then they get the other runner in the hot box. Pena easily chases him down and tags him. That was great. So Nick Sogard came up to bat the very first pitch, grounded it to DeCenzo at first base, who immediately stepped on first, fired it to second to get Smith in the hot box. Pena just decided to turn on the afterburners and chase down Smith. There was no way that guy was going to get away from Pena. Smith is not a speedster. He looks like he has the dad bod. Double play ball by the Astros. That ends the inning just like that. So the Astros go into the top of the 6th, having given up only 3 hits and no runs to the Boston Red Sox. Hunter Brown with a 3-hitter going on and 8 strikeouts. Astros are going to have, I believe, let's see, Pedro Leon, is that right? Yep, Pedro Leon is coming up to bat. He does have 1 hit this game, and he scored 1 run. I believe he was driven in on a home run, on Alex Bregman's home run. Is that right? No, 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 not Alex Bregman's home run. No, it was. That's right. I'm sorry. That's right. Leon and Altuve were on base when Bregman hit the home run, so I was right the first time. I shouldn't doubt myself. I should have more confidence in my memory. I'm 49, but I'm not that old yet. I am decaying, and I do have an illness, but it hasn't messed up my memory that much. Not yet. Leon's average is at 182 right now. He's really going to have to get some hits to bring that up. I like his arm out in right field. He has a cannon, and he's pretty accurate so far. Just needs to hit the ball. Come on, man, produce, contribute to this team. We are back in the top of the sixth. Pedro Leon is coming up to the plate. My hero is on deck. It appears that there's some issues with the mound. I guess that's why Hunter and Brown was digging at it. They've got the ground crew out right now trying to fix something on the mound on the rubber. So there's a little bit of a delay while they do that. They're showing some information about another AAA player that the Astros have, who's batting .299 with a .921 OPS right now. Shea Whitcomb. Last year they said his batting average was .239 with a .770 OPS. He had 178 strikeouts last year, but this year he's only got 91. He's basically halved that. And his batting average is way up from .239 to .299. He's got his OPS up. He's got his walks up. So another hopeful AAA guy. Maybe will have a chance to come in and try out for the Astros. Let me do an update on my screen here and see what we've got. We've got 7 people listening in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for participating in the polls. I'm surprised to see, though, that more of you have voted for the Red Sox than the Mariners. Nobody has selected the Mariners. You guys don't have a problem with the Mariners? Wow. I really can't stand the Mariners. I feel like the fans there are absolutely horrible. First pitch to Leon is on the way, and it's a strike taken for strike 1. Past 4 pitches against Leon have been strikes, either looking or swinging. No, and I'm sorry. His bat before last was 3 strikes in a row. His last at bat, he got on base. He had a hit finally. Wait a second. The first pitch was called a ball? I heard the umpire, I swear to you, I heard the umpire say strike, but apparently it's 2-0 is the count now. Fouled back. Now there's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Pedro Leon. Man, what is going on with this umpire? His ball calls sound like strikes. Roll! Roll! Very interesting. 22 pitches now for Luis Garcia. I haven't changed his name on the screen. Little tapper, and Pedro Leon falls down and stumbles when he tries to run to first. That's going to cost him. He's going to be thrown out easily by the shortstop. 1 away. My personal hero, Jose Altuve. Now, Altuve has what we call the single cycle, what I call the single cycle. He got a single to left, a single to right, single up the middle. What's next? 3 for 3 today. How do you go 4 for 4? Is he going to start hitting singles like right down the line? Is that what he has to do now? Let's see. First pitch is a broken bat, but it's going to be fly out to the second baseman. The broken bat costs him another single. If that bat had held together, he probably would have had a single. That was a line drive, but it turned into an easy play for the second baseman who came over. So I guess that's what happens when it's like a spell. You have 3 singles. It causes a curse on the bat, and you break the bat. So Altuve flies out. That's out number 2. Alex Bregman comes up. His last at bat, he had a 3-run shot over the Green Monster and out of the park. This one's hit hard to left field, and they're looking up, Is it off the wall? It's off the top of the wall. That's going to be a double, a stand-up double for Bregman. Holy cow. Bregman comes just like 10 feet from getting another home run over the Green Monster. It bangs off the top of the wall and falls back down into the field. Bregman didn't take it for granted. He was off and running as soon as he hit it. Yeah, it looked less than 10 feet, maybe about 7 feet from the top of the wall. 441 feet was his last hit, his home run. And this one, he almost puts out for back-to-back homers. Holy cow, man. Bregman. Whew. Yordan Alvarez is coming up to bat, and guess what? They're going to walk him. They're not going to pitch to him. They're just going to go for Yainer Diaz. So runners on first and second now for the Astros with 2 outs. Yainer Diaz facing Luis Garcia. Do I have Luis Garcia in the Red Sox folder? I might. Let's see. No, I don't. I'll have to get his picture downloaded. Here comes the first pitch to Yainer Diaz. That one's fouled to the right side and out of play for strike one. 95 miles an hour on the outside of the zone. Astros up 6-0 here in the top of the 6th. After 2 outs, the Astros got a couple of base runners, a double and an intentional walk. Now Yainer Diaz with 1 strike facing Luis Garcia. That pitch is way off the plate by a good 1.5 feet, ball 1. The count is even. Right time for Breggy to start hitting. Hell yeah, it is. Bregman, they talk about him getting hot in August, and he's doing it now. Hopefully it continues all the way through the playoffs. That'd be great. Next pitch to Diaz is hit way up high. It might be playable. Right fielder goes over, first baseman goes over. It bounces right by the wall. They've got the area where the tarps are rolled up next to the wall. First baseman slides into them, but he's not able to make the play. He didn't hustle over there. He was looking at it the whole way. I think he could have ran all the way over there and set up underneath it, but since he's not Alex Bregman, he doesn't have the ability to catch those fly balls quite as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Diaz. He survives to get another pitch. Let's get another RBI here, man. Do something, Yainer. That'd be awesome. Here comes the pitch. Check swing. He did not go, says the first baseman. First base umpire. 2-2 is the count. Garcia about to throw his 30th pitch of the game. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. That one's low and away, ball 3, full count. Yainer Diaz making Garcia work for this out. I don't see anybody warming up in the bullpen. It looks like the Red Sox are kind of not worried about this game too much anymore. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit hard by Diaz out to left field. That's going to at least be off the wall. Is it gone? No, it's off the top of the wall. Bregman is easily going to score. Alvarez is coming in. He'll score. 2 more runs. A double for Alvarez off the Green Monster. 2 hits off the Green Monster in this inning. The Astros are up 8-0, guys. The crowd is now booing. So the Boston crowd, after being so quiet through this entire series, they decide to start booing their team. That ball was almost in the exact same spot as Bregman's. Bounces right off the middle of the wall, just a little lower maybe than Bregman's hit. Alvarez and Bregman both are able to score standing up. Awesome. That brings up Jeremy Pena, who almost gets his chin taken off by the first pitch. I need to change the base runners, guys. Diaz on second base. Pena at the plate with 2 outs. 1 ball, no strikes to Pena. Here comes the pitch. Uh-oh, Pena hits one hard. It's gone, guys. No kidding. I kid you not. Over the wall, out of the park. Pena hits a 2-run blast. It is 10-0 Astros. 10-0, guys. Holy cow. Pena blasts one out of the park. Comes in, gets the hug from Yainer Diaz, trots to the dugout. There was a no-doubter, a low in the zone pitch. Man, they're showing the replay here. Right over the signs and out of the park. Holy cow, there's some Astro fans right by that top fence, and they watched the ball go right over their heads. 10-0 with 12 hits for the Astros. Are they going to pull out Garcia? They're going to keep him in there. They might just keep him in there now. Does it matter? You've got 2 outs and you're down 10-0. I think that the Red Sox now start to just bring in some guys to rest, unless Garcia is not fatigued. This is his 34th pitch of the game. He's now facing Zach DeCenzo. Here comes the first pitch to him. This one's grounded to third, picked up by the third baseman, fires over to first, throws a little low, but he gets there in time, and that will end the inning. Finally, the Red Sox fans, oh man, they take a beating. The 5th and 6th inning, the Astros score a total of 9 runs. 5 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. Man, this game is putting a big smile on my face because Hunter Brown is in lockdown mode on the Red Sox, and the Astros are just tearing up the ball. They are not stranding their runners, and they are hitting home runs out of the park. Absolutely fun game to watch if you're an Astros fan. That's just great. Let me take a look at the Go-Go Tiger Stros poll here. The question is, as an Astros fan, which of these teams do you dislike the most? The Dodgers, the Mariners, the Rangers, the Red Sox. 45% of you say the Dodgers. Another 45% say the Rangers. 9% of you say the Red Sox. And none of you say the Mariners. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked that no one said the Mariners. This is 11 votes. I think that I will leave the poll up for just maybe until the next inning. And I might change it. We'll see. I've got 10 watching or listening in right now. Thank you so much for joining, guys. It's been a really great game for the Astros. I've got 9 likes. Let me refresh my page and see if that changes. Nope. 9 likes, 11 people watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you get the chance, hit that like. I would love to get 10 likes on this video. I've been trying to get at least 10 likes on my live videos before the stream ends. If you are able to do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. You can just grab your phone, use your computer, use your tablet, or call your grandma and have her log on and like the video. Whatever we need to do to get that 10th like, I'd appreciate it. Very first pitch of the next inning is grounded to the right side by Ceddanne Rafaela. It's looking like it's going to be an infield hit. Dubon ran over to grab it, but by the time he fielded it, he didn't have a play at first base. So the very first pitch of the bottom of the 6th looks like it's going to be a hit. That was a strange looking play. Hamilton is now at the bat, takes the first pitch for strike 1. What a strange play. I'd like to see that replay. That was a weird start to the inning. The very first pitch just grounded opposite field to the right side because of the shift that the Astros had on. It was a difficult play, and Dubon was not able to make a throw to first. Next pitch to Hamilton is a curveball inside, ball 1, 1-1. And I need to put a runner on. Here's a 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 95 miles an hour on the outside lower corner. One ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. High and out of the zone. That's going to be an even count, 2-2. 93 miles an hour. It's now 4:30 in the morning here in Japan, and pretty sure that the sun is starting to come up. Ground ball to the right side. Dubon dives, but it's going to get through. Runner's going to get to third. Now, just like that, the Red Sox have runners at the corners with no outs here in the bottom of the sixth on that hit by Hamilton. Rafaela's on third. That brings up the top of the order. So the bottom of the order puts some hurt on Hunter Brown with runners on the corner, bringing up Jarren Duran. This is the biggest threat that the Red Sox have given the whole game. Hopefully Hunter Brown doesn't get too relaxed here and gets back into serious mode. Here comes the first pitch to Duran. High fastball out of the zone. Ball one, 94 miles an hour on that one. Duran has 2 strikeouts. Does that mean he's Duran Duran? Here comes the next pitch. High fastball, but this time fouled away. That evens the count at 1-1. Astros are coming for the 8th straight ALCS. I sure hope so. I want to see them pour it on. Get into the World Series. That would be such an unlikely story. Can you imagine starting off the year so badly and then winding up in the World Series? That'd be great. Next pitch. Oof. High fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count. I mean, seriously, though, seeing the Astros do well, getting into the playoffs and winning the World Series, it really helps me out. I've been fighting cancer now for over 2 years. And it hasn't been getting easier or better. So any little thing that can help me feel happy is really, really appreciated. 99 miles an hour up and in. Ball 2. Hunter Brown looks like he was trying to just buzz that one past him into the zone, but he missed. Even is the count. Runners on the corners, no outs. He gets the call, and here comes the pitch. Check swing, did he go? They're going to say he didn't. Woo, that was close. 99 miles an hour on the outside corner. The count is now full. It's one of the things that brings smiles into my life is seeing Altuve do good. Anytime Altuve does good, I just feel so happy for the guy. It makes me feel happy. Here comes the full count pitch. Way inside and low on that curveball. Ball 4. So Hunter Brown has loaded up the bases with no outs. The pitching coach for the Astros looks like, is that Josh Miller? He comes out to the mound. He's going to have a little discussion with Hunter Brown. Brown has had a flawless 5 innings, but the first 3 batters here he lets them get on base. No outs. All of the infield is in. They're having a chat with the coach. The meeting was not too long. Comes out to break it up, but they finish just as he gets there. If Hunter Brown comes out before the end of this inning, it will be, I think, the first time he hasn't completed 6 innings in quite a while. Emmanuel Valdez is up. He's 0 for 2 today with 1 strikeout. Here comes the first pitch to him. Whoo! Inside. It looks like it missed the zone by about an inch, but the ump liked it. He says, yeah, strike 1, why not? 0-1 against Valdez on that 93-mile-an-hour pitch. Brown quickly coming in with the next pitch. Way high. That was a good 2 feet out of the zone. Diaz had to reach up there to grab it. Ball 1. Count is even. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Brown. Foul tip by Valdez, caught by Diaz. That's strike number 2. Almost said out number 2. I wish it were out number 2. how many pitches here? 85 for Hunter Brown so far. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the next pitch to Valdez. He steps off the mound instead. He disengages. One of his 2 allowed disengagements from the mound. Takes a little break. Looks again for the call. He's got it quickly. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt. Curveball bounces in the dirt. Brown runs towards the plate, but Diaz contains it. That'll be ball 2. Counts even. And now, Caleb Ferguson is warming up in the bullpen for the Astros. If Hunter Brown gives up some runs here and Ferguson comes in, I see the Red Sox getting a few runs. That's just my feeling. Brown throws another curveball, fouled back. Count remains 2-2. 84 miles an hour on that one. It seems to me that Caleb Ferguson always gives up some runs. So I don't feel too confident with him coming in with bases loaded. But perhaps they just want to save their other arms. Probably Taylor Scott needs a break. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Hunter Brown. Way high, way out of the zone. That's a full count. No outs, bases loaded, 3-2 count. Hunter Brown facing Emmanuel Valdez. That was 98 miles an hour, but it was nowhere near the zone. Here comes the next pitch. Got him, strike 3. Another one high in the zone. That would have been ball 4. It was about 4 inches out of the zone, but Valdez went for it. Strike 3. Hunter Brown picks up another K, and well timed with bases loaded. 1 out now. Next batter is Wilyer Abreu. No, it's not. They've got a pinch batter in, a pinch hitter. Looks like. No, they don't. Okay, I saw some information on the screen about a pinch hitter, but not for Abreu. Sorry about that. First pitch to him is a ball high. 1-0 against Abreu. Next pitch is on the way. Another one high. A good 14 inches out of the zone. Lots of high fastballs. Nowhere near the top of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes right now. The 91st pitch by Hunter Brown. Here comes the next one. That one's outside and high. 3 balls, no strikes. Hunter Brown missing his spots now, so this could be his last batter, no matter what happens, unless he manages to get a double play here. Here comes the pitch. That one's in there on the outside corner of the zone, 96 miles an hour. He finally gets his spot. Strike 1, 3-1. Caleb Ferguson has had a lot of time to warm up. This inning, Hunter Brown has thrown about 22 pitches already and only has 1 out. Here comes the next pitch. Right in the middle of the zone, a little high, but in the zone, 94 miles an hour, fouled away by Abreu. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Brown does have, let's see, 9? Yeah, 9 strikeouts. Could be his 10th strikeout if he manages to get Abreu right here. We'll see. He steps off the mound, takes a break, wipes his sweat away. Quickly comes set. He already knows what pitch he wants. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Long delay by Brown. He finally delivers. That one is almost a foot out of the zone again. 98 miles an hour up and in. That walks in the Red Sox first run of the game. So no shutout for Hunter Brown. 1 out, bases still loaded. 10-1, and that's going to do it. Joe Espada walks out to the mound. I was correct in that call. Probably the last batter for Hunter Brown. He gives Hunter Brown a little pat on the butt, takes the ball, sends him off the mound. A few Astros fans in the park give him a hand, and Ferguson is coming in. There will be a short break while he warms up. He will be facing who? Let's see. He will be facing Masataka Yoshida, the DH for the Red Sox. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Is that right? No hits this game. If they don't pinch hit for him, which I don't think they will, Yoshida's a good hitter, then that's who Ferguson will be facing. And I'm going to change that on the screen right quick. Hunter Brown is out, not able to complete 6 innings, unfortunately. I think that's the first time in a while. 10-1, the Astros lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Caleb Ferguson. The only picture I have of him in an Astros uniform is one where he's warming up, so I'll use that one. I don't have a portrait picture of him. I think I spelled his name correctly. I think Caleb Wirt and Caleb Ferguson spell their name differently. One with a C, one with a K, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check the live stream right quick, now that I got that updated. Philip says, damn, bro, I'm going to pray for you. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. You have, I mean, there's always somebody who has it worse off, right? So I can't say that my situation is as bad as it could be or that it's one of the worst. But I will say that there have been times, many, many times, where I just wanted to give up. When your body kind of shuts down or has problems in certain ways, it just really hurts. First pitch is center field. It's going to bounce in front of Myers. That's a base hit. It's a little shallow, so the Red Sox are only going to score 1 run. But the very first pitch from Ferguson, it gives up a hit and a run. So as I predicted, I said if Hunter Brown gives up any runs, Ferguson will come in and proceed to give up some runs, and he did. Luckily, the runners weren't sure if Myers was going to catch that or not, so they held up and only scored 1 run. 1 out. Now Connor Wong is at the plate. First pitch to him is on the inside corner. Strike 1. Wong did have a single in the second inning, but he's 1 for 2. Batting, let's see, .295 for the season. Here comes the next pitch to him. Also on the inside corner, but this one misses. Ball 1. Two balls, no strikes, 1 out, bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th for Caleb Ferguson. And here comes the next pitch to Connor Wong. This one's hit to Bregman. Bregman's got it. He goes to Pena, over to first. Double play. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Bregman and Pena are able to convert the double play, get the Astros out of the inning with just a little damage, giving up 2 runs. 2 earned runs for Hunter Brown, but Ferguson actually gave up much less than I was expecting. I was expecting him to give up maybe 3 runs, and I was preparing myself for a 10-4 result at the end of that inning, but thankfully he proved me wrong, and he got the ground ball. Very easy double play for Bregman and Pena. Pena didn't make the wild throw this time. But at the end of 6, guys, 12 hits and 10 runs for the Astros, 6 hits and 2 runs for the Red Sox. Jake Myers, the powerhouse, is coming up to bat in the top of the 7th, followed by, let's see here, Mauricio Dubon, and then Pedro Leon. That's what it looks like, if that's correct. We will see. Yeah, man, cancer sucks. But I will say this, for sure, what I hope to do with my channel is to, in the short term, there's a short-term goal for this channel and a long-term goal, okay? My short-term goal is to get enough support through my channel, enough success with subscribers, views, memberships, and things like that, donations, to actually make at least some good part-time money. Because you may or may not know that the Japanese yen is very weak right now. And because of that, dollars go a long way in Japan. So you could say that a long time ago, $1 was worth maybe only 75 yen or something like that. But now it's much higher than that. It's maybe 160 yen, 165 yen. It's crazy. So if I were to just make $1,000 in 1 month, 1,000 US dollars converted to Japanese yen, you could say it's more like making $1,600. That's how much higher it is. Jake Myers is at the bat. First pitch looks inside for ball one, and it is. Cam Boozer is on the mound, the handlebar mustache guy. Here comes the second pitch to Myers. This one's hit to right field. It looks like it's going to be playable, but he's in the sun. Wow, he makes a crazy catch. The right fielder there, he runs in a circle, shielding his eyes from the sun. He runs in a half circle like a moon shape and finally makes the play. Myers almost had a hit thanks to the sun. Out number one. And here in the top of the seventh, Mauricio Dubon comes up to bat. Here comes the first pitch to Dubon from Boozer. Whoa, that was so high, the catcher couldn't get it. It went off his glove into the backstop. That's ball one. My long-term goal for this channel is to be making enough money to where I can be sending donations monthly to the hospital for the families of the children that are there. Dubon swings at this one right in the zone, 86 miles an hour, fouls it back, strike one, counts even. Assuming that my illness doesn't allow me to stick around more than a few years, I would like to be able to move the channel to somebody else at that time. Next pitch is in the zone again, 95 miles an hour, fouled away again by Dubon, 1-2. So if the channel is going decently well, and I get to a point where I just can't run it because of my health, or things are looking pretty bleak, then I would like to hand it off to somebody who can take it over. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouled away again. Count remains 1-2. We need Trump back in office. Well, I will say this. I have my fingers crossed that he will do some amazing things, but I always hold my breath with these guys, you know. Strike 3, swing and a miss. Dubon goes down swinging, and that'll be out number 2. Let me see if I have Boozer. I might have Boozer's picture in the folder. I don't know. I do not. I will have to. I'm not sure. Should I download his picture? I already got 2 outs. If he gets a quick out here on Leon, it might not matter. Next pitch. First pitch is a strike right in the zone, 88 miles per hour. A little bit of a curveball. Cam Boozer, Red Sox. Next pitch to Leon is on the way. Swing and a miss on the inside. Curveball, 88 miles an hour. Inside and low. Leon does have a single today, but otherwise his batting has not looked so good. He's been swinging at some garbage pitches. I think this is his 5th game with the Astros since being called up. He's only batting 167. He needs to get with the program, man. Here comes the pitch. Right in the bottom of the zone, but called ball, so he got lucky there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. All of these pictures of Boozer, he's got a grin on his face. That's funny. Cam Boozer. Next pitch is strike 3. Pedro Leon goes down with another strikeout. I'm really disappointed right now in Leon. The way he's looking at the plate is disappointing. I had high hopes for him, especially considering how he's playing in the outfield with his arm. It's really great. Doesn't do anything there. So we go into the bottom of the seventh. The Astros up 10-2 with 12 hits to the Red Sox 6. Caleb Ferguson is still listed as being the pitcher. He may still be in the game. We'll see when we come back from the break. Dominic Smith is due up, followed by Nick Sogard and Ceddanne Rafaela, assuming there are no pinch hits, but we'll see. I will change the pitcher to Cam Boozer. He might not even be in the next inning, but he is the current pitcher for the Red Sox right now, so I'll go ahead and change that information. This is one of the challenges I have about updating the information while the game is going. When these teams start, the visiting, or not the visiting teams, but the opposing teams to the Astros start making a lot of changes, a lot of pitching changes or player changes, primarily the pitching changes, then I have to quickly update that. And a lot of the times I don't have their pictures in my folders because I don't just go around downloading pictures of all the opposing teams' pitchers. I do it on the fly. The only team that I have already in my folders are the Astros pitchers. For obvious reasons. This is an Astros channel. It's almost 5 in the morning here. If this game is wrapped up by 5:30 and I can go back to sleep, I'll be quite happy. Dominic Smith, the dad bod guy, first baseman. The dad bod first baseman is up to bat, takes the first pitch for strike one. Caleb Ferguson is still on the mound. He's only at 5 pitches, so it makes sense to have him still in the game. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Low for ball 1, 1-1. Any Mexican restaurants in Japan? Yeah, actually, yes. I will say this, though. If you want to go to a Mexican restaurant in Japan, you have to be in a city, like at least a kind of a large city. Chances of finding a Mexican restaurant in a medium city or smaller are pretty slim. If you're near a base, an army base, a U.S. military base, then the chances go way up of getting some Tex-Mex. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one's a little high. It's going to be ball 3, 3-1. If you're in a big city like Osaka or Tokyo, it's no problem to find a Mexican restaurant or a Tex-Mex place. No problem. Next pitch is in the zone, fouled away, 93 miles an hour. Full count against Dominic Smith. In Hiroshima City, there are a few Mexican places. And there's a really, really excellent small shop. I don't know if you guys have anything like this right now, because I haven't lived in the U.S. in over, how long? 13 years? Over 13 years? So I don't know if any companies there do this, but here in Japan, they have like Instagram, and they'll post their hours on Instagram. Here's a chopper to Bregman, who fires over to first in the dirt, but picked up by Yasenzo for out number 1. Bregman makes a good play on that scoop, but that throw was just too low. There was no need for such a low throw. 1 out. Brings up Nick Sogard. First pitch from Ferguson is on the way. That's his 11th pitch. On the inside corner, 93 miles an hour, strike 1. Oh yeah, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. Actually, I've never had bad Mexican food in Japan. Typically, the places that work here, they have to be good. Second baseman, who's up there? Is that Dubon? Gets a ground ball, fires over to first. That's out number 2, so that brings up Ceddanne Rafaela. Sogard grounded out to Dubon on the second pitch from Ferguson. 2 up and 2 down. Quiet 7th inning so far, bottom of the 7th. 2 outs, and Rafaela is at the bat. Here comes a pitch from Ferguson. A little inside, ball one, 95 miles an hour. The place that I really like in Hiroshima, if you ever visit Hiroshima City, there's a little place there called Morgan. You can find it on Instagram. Just search Morgan Hiroshima and you'll find it. The place is awesome. But they actually post their hours every month. Their hours change from day to day, but they post them in advance on Instagram. So you look on Google, it looks like it's open, and you show up and they're closed because you didn't look on Instagram. 2 balls and no strikes to Rafaela. He rips it down the line, but that's foul. Strike one, 2-1. But I found a lot of businesses are like that. A lot of independent shops and cafes are like that, especially in the small towns and countryside. But even in the cities, you'll find shops like that. Just post their hours on Instagram. You have to look at it. This ball is popped up on the infield. Dubon is over. He'll take it right at the edge of the grass, and he floats over, and at the last minute he has to run to the side. I guess he lost it in the sun, but he finally finds it, puts it away for out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down for Ferguson. First time I've seen such an easy inning for him, I believe. Great 7th inning. We're going to the top of the 8th with the Astros up 10-2. And if I'm not mistaken, my hero is up to bat. Yes, he is. Jose Altuve is coming up. He's got 3 hits this game, 3 singles, and he did score 1 run. Last at bat, he broke his bat and flew out to the shortstop. No Tex-Mex in Pennsylvania, though. Oh, man, that is a travesty. Do I still have runners on base? No, the screen just hasn't updated on YouTube. Okay, let me refresh that. Okay, that's better. All right, guys, we got 10 likes on the video. Thank you so much. First time I've seen 10 likes on the video in several games. I got a ton of views on the Rangers series for some reason, so I was able to go over 10 likes on some of those. But the Red Sox series, it just has not been so popular. I haven't had typically more than 10 viewers at a time on these games. I don't quite understand that. I thought that the Red Sox, the Red Sox market might be able to pull in more viewers, but I guess there are just more people who can't stand the Rangers, or more Texas people very interested in baseball. But glad to see that this live stream got 10 likes while still active, and I'm over 50 subscribers today. When I woke up this morning, I was still at 49, so I appreciate that, and all the messages in the chat, really happy about that. All of you guys that are leaving messages, thanks so much. Philip, Duke, the Lion, and let's see, anyone else I'm missing? No? Yeah, that's everybody. Thanks so much for the comments. Yeah, if you've got any questions or comments about anything, feel free to ask. I've been in Japan for 4.5 years, and I was in China for about 7 years. Been out of the U.S. for 13.5 years. Here comes the first pitch to John Singleton, who is pinch hitting for Altuve. So the DH is getting a rest now. John Singleton batting .235 this year. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Cam Boozer is still on the mound. He brings in the next pitch. This is a swing and a foul ball. Strike 2. 9 home runs and 29 RBIs for John Singleton this year. If I were him, I would just be swinging for the fence. I mean, why not? There's a short porch out in right field. He's a left-handed batter. You never know. Here comes the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. 1-2. Those breaking balls tend to play havoc on John Singleton. Nice to see he was able to hold up on that one. Man, I miss playing baseball. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on a curveball. Imagine that. The bane of Singleton's existence. The breaking ball. 82 miles an hour on that one. They're showing the recent power of Alex Bregman. He's been nailing the ball recently very hard. Even the ones that fly out or line out or ground out have been hit really hard. Speaking of Alex Bregman, that is who is batting right now. He takes the first pitch for strike one. Two for four today with that 3-run shot and a double. He's driven in several runs. Plus, he himself has scored twice. That one's a ball. It's going to even the count 1-1. If you're in, I was going to say, if you're in Tokyo, there are many options for Mexican food, or Osaka. In Hiroshima, not so many, just a few. But like I said, if you happen to be near a U.S. base, whether it's down, I think, around Yokohama in that area, in Iwakuni near Hiroshima, or Okinawa even, you can definitely find this type of food. Two more balls from Cam Boozer to Alex Bregman. The count's 3-1. I love these sunglasses that the Astros have. I want a pair, but they're Oakley's. I know that they're going to be like $300. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. That one's in the dirt, almost. Ball 4. Good eye by Bregman. He draws the walk, hands his arm protector and bat to the bat boy. Heads down to first base. Boozer's got one runner on here in the top of the 8th as Alex Bregman takes his spot at first base. Chas McCormick is pinch hitting for Alvarez, who's taking a break now. Alvarez with a solo home run today. Chas swings at the first pitch, grounds it down the third base line. Foul by about 10 feet. Strike one. You know, just seeing McCormick make contact with the ball like that makes me feel good, because he's just been batting so terribly this year. His batting average right now is dangerously close to going under 200. He's at 205 right now. One out, one runner on. Here comes the pitch. Way high. Ball 1. Even count. Phillips has played for senior league down at Bayland Park in Houston, went to the LLWS regional. That's awesome, man. That's probably what I would have done if we had stayed in Houston, because I started off my baseball playing in Houston on the T-ball team. Chas hits one to center field. It should be playable, but it gets all the way to the warning track, right in the middle of the warning track, so it was driven pretty far out there. But easily brought in for out number 2, and Bregman retreats to first base. Actually, my very first team in the Little League, all of the teams were named after insects. My team was the Grasshoppers, and we went undefeated. We beat everybody. And from then, I just thought that green was a lucky color for me, so it's been my favorite color ever since. Diaz comes up, grounds it to shortstop. He makes the throw over to first. Easy play. Out number 3. That's going to do it for the Astros in the top of the 8th. Nothing much doing other than that walk by Bregman. We're going to move into the bottom of the 8th. Unsure yet if there's going to be a pitching change for the Astros, but I will update that as I get it. Right as it stands right now, it says Caleb Ferguson is still on the mound, but I don't know for sure, because this information on the screen is a little wonky. Sometimes it gives me the wrong information. Sometimes it doesn't update the information, and sometimes it updates it really early, and I'm not sure if it's accurate or not, so I'll just wait until I can see it on the screen. They're showing some American League wild card highlights between the Royals and looks like the A's from 2014. Exciting for those fans, no doubt. Something I didn't care about as an Astros fan. My last time playing baseball was when I was in Tokyo. It was the year of the pandemic starting. I left Beijing. I did a year of work in Beijing. And when I left to go to Tokyo, that was right before the pandemic started. I had some friends there who are from Taiwan, and they have their own baseball team there. Everybody on the team is Taiwanese. My friend invited me to play with them, he just said, "What position do you play?" And I said, "Well, I started off playing third, and I wound up playing second, so I prefer infield. I don't have the arm to play outfield." And of course, I'm not a really young guy anymore, so I didn't feel like running around in the outfield. He said, "Okay, third base it is." So he put me over on third. Really fun, man. I loved playing third because you get a lot of action over there. I don't have a really well, my arm is okay. It's just that it doesn't have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? What do you call it? Man, I guess it's too early in the morning for me. It's just after 5 o'clock, so I can't think of the words that I want to use. Studying too much Japanese, it's messing up my English. Longevity, I guess you could say. It doesn't have much staying power. So if I have to throw a lot of really hard throws over to first base, it really starts to kind of hurt my arm. But it was so much fun, man, playing over there and getting to hit. We play with a hard rubber ball. It's safer. But it was fun playing in Tokyo with those guys. Brian King is on the mound for the Astros. Very first pitch is in the zone for strike one. David Hamilton is at the bat. Quickly, King goes into the second pitch, fouled away for strike two. King now has the count, or has the pitch he wants. He throws it right in the zone. Taken for strike three, 91, right in the zone. So Caleb Ferguson is out, and King is in. I can change that picture. I know that I have Brian King. I have his picture. So I can put that in. Next pitch is a ball. I can't see the batter yet. I'm trying to update the information on the screen. Let me tell you who's batting right quick. I can hear the game, can't see it. Now I can see it. Strike one. Jarren Duran is batting. 1 ball, 1 strike against him. I just want to change King's name on the screen to update that for you guys. Sounds like a ball from King. Is that 2-1? I believe it is. Let me take a look. Whoops. No, that was a strike. A very quiet strike. The ump sometimes calls these balls much louder than the strike. Sometimes the strike, he doesn't say anything really at all. Can't hear it. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Duran. This one is fouled back. Count remains 1-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Brian King facing Jarren Duran. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back again. 93 miles an hour right in the zone. Wonky is a Pennsylvania word? Really? I didn't know that. I've used that word many times. I've heard it many times in Louisiana. All right, swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Diaz tags him to make sure he's out. Duran doesn't even try to make an attempt to run to first. That's 2 outs. 9 pitches now for King. I might have to stop drinking my coffee. I'm starting to feel a little bit of a headache, even with the weak coffee. I've got a completely empty stomach. I haven't eaten anything this morning. Too early for me to be eating. Now that one's hit. The very first pitch to Valdez is hit to shortstop. Devon grabs it, fires over to first. Out number 3. The 8th inning is over. Brian King comes in and on 10 pitches retires the side. No hits, no runs for the Red Sox. Score remains 10-2. Yeah, that's another thing, though. Sometimes I pick up vocabulary that I just think is funny or sounds interesting. Like, I know that to say something is saucy is more of a kind of an English thing, a British thing. But I often use the word saucy. I like to use it when I'm talking about donating. If you feel saucy, feel free to donate. I've got the PayPal link below. I can actually put it in the chat. I should put something about being saucy just for fun. Let's see here. If you're feeling saucy. There we go. How about that? If you're feeling saucy. Change the world. That's just the extension that I chose for my PayPal donation link. I like to make films. I like to write scripts, stories, and make films, but for a variety of reasons, I've just never been able to get to the point of making anything really professional. And I've been stuck working jobs just to make money. Working as a director, making your own films, is not just something you can walk into, you know. It's not like I can just walk down to the local movie production company and apply for a directing position. It doesn't work that way. And I also have friends who went through filmmaking school and who made actually some films with decent budgets, tens of thousands of dollars, who worked in the industry trying to climb their way up for a long time and finally just gave up. Wow, that was crazy. Dominic Smith is pitching. Dominic Smith is a position player, so the Red Sox have given up here in the top of the ninth. I believe Dominic Smith is the first baseman. Jeremy Pena launches the first ball. He launches the second one. It's off the wall. It's going to be a double for Pena. So this is one of those games where the Red Sox have just decided they are not going to use their pitchers anymore. Jeremy Pena launched the first one. It was just foul. Second one he launches again. It's off the green monster. And he's on second. So with no outs, the Astros have a runner on second. Oops, I didn't remove the first base runner. Man, I am behind. A couple innings behind. Zach DeCenzo is at the plate. He takes the first pitch for a strike. 0 for 4 today. Let's see if he can do something against Smith. 49 miles per hour outside for ball one. 1-1, the count on DeCenzo. Here comes the next pitch. Another lob. This one's hit into center field. It's going to be a fly ball out for out number 1. Man, this is like batting practice. Why are you hitting it like that, DeCenzo? All you have to do is hit a single, man. It's literally like, it's actually easier than batting practice. Batting practice, they don't throw at 50 miles an hour. I throw a little faster than that. Jake Myers comes up. Let's see if he can do something. 51 miles per hour. That's a little low. Ball 1. This is crazy. I don't get to see games like this very often with the position players throwing. Next pitch is way outside. Why does they call that a strike? Strike 1. That was about a foot outside the plate. I guess the umpire just doesn't care right now either. Next pitch is fouled away to the right side. That's strike 2. 1-2 against... If Myers strikes out here, I think that they just need to kick Myers back to the minors. Come on. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. This one's way outside. I'm surprised the umpire didn't call that one a strike. The crowd is getting excited. How ridiculous. The crowd has been quiet, and now they're getting excited because their position players pitching. And they're behind by 8 runs here in the 9th inning. What a ridiculous crowd. I really don't have any respect for the Boston Red Sox fans in this stadium. They've been like this the whole series. Fouled away again by Myers. The count is 2-2. Here comes the next pitch. That's outside. Ball 3. 3-2. Here comes the full count pitch from Smith. Myers takes that one in the dirt. Ball 4. Pretty consistent speed, though, from Smith. About 49 to 51 miles an hour on everything. Going fishing now. Enjoy the play-by-play. Man, have a good time. Hope you catch some nice fish. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all the comments. Really helps the channel out. First pitch is in there for a strike against Dubon. Next one is low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 against Dubon. 2 runners on. This one's fouled back. Outside corner swing and fouled back for strike 2. 1-2. I need to put another runner on. This one is grounded third. Might be a double play ball. It is. They easily get them, but Dubon was not hauling butt down the first base. He wasn't really trying to get on. So Dominic Smith actually gets out of the ninth inning without giving up any runs. He gave up a hit and a walk, but he did better than the Red Sox main pitchers. How about that? We're going to go in the bottom of the ninth. Astros up 10-2. Brian King will likely still be on the mound for the Astros. Astros strand 2 base runners with a position player lobbing 50-mile-per-hour pitches into the zone. Pena's the only one that looked like he knew what he was doing that inning. He launched on that twice and got a double. But after that, the next 3 batters for the Astros looked like fools batting against that guy. Pretty sad, actually. I'm going to refresh my YouTube live feed and see if anything has changed. Not much. The poll is 46% Dodgers. Which team, as an Astros fan, do you dislike the most? 46% Dodgers, 38% Rangers, 15% Red Sox, 0% Mariners. Very surprised at that. I can't stand the Mariners, primarily because of the fans. But it's the same for the Dodgers. That's why I can't stand the Dodgers. First of all, there are too many LA Dodgers items everywhere, all over the world, even here in Japan. And I realize that Shohei Ohtani is with the Dodgers now, and that's why a lot of the stuff is being sold now. But still, even before that, Dodgers stuff is just everywhere, and it's for fashion. And it drives me up the wall because I don't think it's fashionable at all. It's just bandwagon type stuff. The New York Yankees hats and the LA Dodgers hats are basically everywhere you go. But the Astros are my team, and they're kicking the Red Sox butt right now. They're going to sweep this series. Sean Dubin is on the mound now to close it out for the Astros. Here comes the first pitch to Wilyer Abreu. Outside and high for ball 1. I'm sure I've got Dubin's picture in the folder. So I will change his picture. Next pitch is a strike. One ball, one strike to Abreu. Here comes the next pitch from Dubin. Curveball. That one was a couple of inches outside, but the umpire seems to be interested in ending this game. He calls it strike 2, 1-2. Here comes the next pitch from Dubin. That one's fouled away. Count remains 1-2. Sean Dubin. I need to change his name on the screen here. Next pitch is hit out to right field. And a little bit of trouble to get on it, but Leon finally gets it. Pedro Leon, he had a little trouble locating it in the sun. That's been a problem today, but he puts it away. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. The Astros 2 away from ending this game and sweeping the series. I believe that'll be 5 in a row for the Astros. Let me take a look here. No, yeah, that's right. 5 in a row. This will be 5 in a row for the Astros. They've won 4 in a row right now. First pitch to Romy Gonzalez is a ball. 1-0 is the count. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. In there, 96 miles an hour for strike 1, 1-1. Astros in the dugout laughing and messing around, enjoying this victory already. 279 batting average for Romy this season. A little check swing there, high in the zone. They say he didn't go. That'll be ball 2, 2-1. I'm going to give a really quick summary of the game as soon as it's over, guys, and then after that I'm going to go ahead and go back to sleep. The Astros do have another game coming up, another series coming up against the Tampa Bay Rays, and I'll let you know real quickly. I'll actually give you a preview of that right now so I don't have to do it later. Here comes the 2-2 pitch after a fouled away pitch. Another foul away for another 2-2 count. The next game, the Astros don't have a break. They're going to play at Tampa Bay tomorrow. This game is a little bit later for me, almost at 8 o'clock in the morning, so that's much better. I can sleep a little later. But I will be doing that game on the 13th and the 14th for me. That's the 12th and the 13th for you if you're in the U.S. I'll be calling both of those games, Game 1 and Game 2 of the Tampa Bay series. I will not be able to call Game 3, and that's because we have a festival here in my neighborhood, and I'm participating in that. Full count, ball 3. 1 out, full count against Romy Gonzalez. Here comes the pitch from Dubin. Fouled away, 97 miles per hour up in the zone. We'll have another full count pitch. Let's see, who's scheduled to pitch tomorrow? Valdez. Framber Valdez is scheduled to pitch against Bradley. What's his first name? Taj Bradley. Right-handed pitcher. This one's fouled off again, low and inside the zone. We'll have another full count. So that's what we'll see tomorrow. Game 1 against the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa. Framber Valdez versus Taj Bradley. I hope you can be here for that. I'm going to be calling that game. Here comes the 3-2 from Dubin. That one's right in there. He takes strike 3. Romy Gonzalez tried to take off running to first base like it was a ball, but that was clearly in the lower outside corner of the zone. Perfectly placed, 97 miles per hour. Fastball. A no-doubter. Strike 3. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 9th. No runners on. Astros just about to end this game. Put it in the books. 97 miles an hour. Swing and miss up in the zone. Connor Wong. Dubin throwing some heat right now. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch. Just barely missed the outside corner there. Umpire could have called that one strike 2, but just a little outside. 1-1. I thought the umpire wanted to go home a little more than that. Here comes the next pitch. Fouled back. 95 up and in. 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I can hear a few Astros fans cheering. They're wanting the final strike of the game here. Crowd is probably down to about 65%. See a lot of orange behind the plate right now. That pitch is outside for ball 2. It's even against Connor Wong. Dubin shaking off several pitches. Now he's got what he wants. Here comes the pitch. That one's in the middle of the zone. A little low, but fouled away. Count remains 2-2. I'll take the opportunity now to say thank you to everyone who came in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, liking, subbing, leaving the comments in the comments section. That's strike 3. Dubin gets his second strikeout. And that's the 3rd out of the 9th inning. That ends the game. The Astros take this one. They sweep the series with a decisive victory. An excellent pitching performance again by Hunter Brown, who gets the win. And an amazing amount of batting and scoring by the Astros between the 5th and the 6th inning, getting 9 of their 10 runs in just those 2 innings alone. I will now give you a quick recap of the game, and that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm really feeling out of steam. I need to get back to bed. It's about 5:30 in the morning here in Hiroshima, and I really want to get myself some more sleep before I have to teach some online classes later. So we got a lot to discuss, a lot of scoring by the Astros. So let's get started. In the top of the 3rd, the Astros got the first run on the board with a wild pitch. Dubon ran in and scored, giving the Astros the lead. In the top of the fifth, that's when the Astros really started to take off. Bregman homered to left center 441 feet, scoring both Pedro Leon and Altuve, my personal hero, putting the Astros up 4-0. In the very next at bat, Jordan homered to center. Back-to-back home runs by Bregman and Alvarez, putting the Astros up 5-0. Myers came up to the plate and singled to right field, scoring Pena, giving the Astros a 6-0 lead. So the Astros have a 5-run fifth inning. In the top of the sixth, the Astros decided to pile on some more. Yainer Diaz doubled to center field. Alvarez scored and Bregman scored, putting the Astros up 8-0. Pena came up and homered to left field, 396 feet. Yainer Diaz scored, putting the Astros up 10-0. In the bottom of the sixth, the Red Sox finally got on the board when Hunter Brown loaded the bases and walked Abreu, making the score 10-1 in favor of the Astros. After that, Yoshida came up as he was facing Ferguson, the reliever, singled to center, scoring Hamilton, making the score 10-2. But after that, Ferguson would get a double play and end the inning, and that's where the scoring stopped. Astros 10, Red Sox 2. The Astros had 13 hits and 1 error. That was a throwing error early in the game by Pena. Red Sox with 2 runs on 6 hits, 0 errors. That's it. Hunter Brown is now 10-7. His ERA is, he had 2 earned runs this game, pitched 5 1/3 innings. He didn't get to 6, but he had a great performance otherwise. His overall ERA for the season right now is at 3.98, but that's going to go down a little bit after this performance is factored in. But that's all for the summary, the game summary. I will remind you guys that I will indeed be calling the first game against the Tampa Ray Bays. Tampa Ray Bays. Yeah, guys, I really need to get back in bed. The Tampa Bay Rays tomorrow and the next day. The next 2 games I'll be calling. Game 3 I will not be here, but I hope you can join me tomorrow and for the next game. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and all the comments. Duke Stone, far out. Yes, absolutely far out. Thank you for joining today. I hope to see you guys again. And I don't know what else to say other than go Stros. I'll go ahead and end the stream now. And if I'm feeling saucy later on, I will do another update video. But we'll see. It depends on how I feel and how busy I am today. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. And thank you again. Go Stros.